Howdy, howdy. In this video, we are recapping and replaying our first Discord tournament championship. We've been playing this bracket for the last several weeks, and we are down to the championship. It is a best 2 out of 3, and in this video, we got the game recorded as well as some commentary. Now, this is the first time that we've ever done this, so I appreciate your patience as we tried to figure out the best way to record it without getting the players playing on top of the commentary. We didn't want to have them talking back and forth while we're trying to commentate the game. We also didn't want our commentary to go over the players so that they would get any signs or signals about what was happening. So we had the players in their own room playing. We had a spectator view on the board. Now we had Capricorn streaming the game, and he was so generous enough to record as well. What we didn't think about was capturing the raw audio of the commentary. So essentially what we captured was Capricorn's live stream. Still high quality. However, I'm just going to tell you, in the first game, me and Benless are commentating on the game, and Capricorn was commentating on his channel on top of our commentary. So there's a couple times just in the first game where we were kind of talking over each other. I do apologize for that. I tried to edit it out, but I just couldn't get it done. It does get better in game 2 because Capricorn and Kelveron are commentating, and then game 3 we decided to just open up the commentary room, so we had about 6 or 7 of us. It does get a little wild at times, but this was so much fun. So again, we're going to go through the games one by one, basically as it was broadcasted live. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more Wonders content. I will be doing some play booster openings on Saturday, and I'll also link down to the other channels, Capricorn's channel for sure, so that you can go watch his videos and live streams as well on Twitch. So thank you guys for watching, and let's get to the game. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Introducing the utterly complex compound bow, the only bow that arrives preloaded with a shield. Do you need a shield on a bow? Of course not, but your fragile ego does. Other compound bows just shoot arrows. This one draws you 2 extra cards from thin air, siphons energy from the heliosynth core, and drops negative counters onto your enemies like cosmic sprinkles on the donut of their despair. For just 5 energy, you could own the most legendary item since Mega Stuffed Oreo. Warning, may also result in ruined friendships or yelling "on battle" in the middle of a Wendy's. The utterly complex compound bow. It's not a weapon, it's a lifestyle choice.
All right, we're here at game 1 with the Wonders of the first Discord tournament, the first one. Benless, who do you got?
Oh, coming right out with it, huh? I'm gonna have to go with my man Sneaky on this, just because he's been on the stage before, and I don't know. And also, I'm a little bitter because Jordan whooped my. Are we swearing in this or not?
I'd prefer to keep it.
We better not.
You never
He
know.
whooped my behind.
So
He whooped my behind.
we got
in the,
Sneaky Joe versus
preliminary
Jordan
round,
here.
Yeah.
And they're playing fast.
So what are you seeing here the
already.
first round? Jordan's running a deck very similar to what you had at the Shattering. Did you take a look at the deck lists?
I did, yes, I did, and there's some similarities between the 2 decks, which is interesting. And what I found really interesting about Jordan's is that there's a lot of different cards. At first glance, you might not think that it's anything special, but I mean, he's here.
I think Sneaky's gonna get it, but I want.
All right, so what do you see
Jordan
in
to
round
get it.
1 coming out? I'm going to rely on
So
you
bad.
because you know a lot more about the cards than I do.
Yeah, they're getting to it here. And who went first? They're playing pretty fast right now. We just got.
They are
going.
playing pretty fast. I believe, let me see, who's sitting in this chair? Sneaky Joe, I think, went first. This is Sneaky Joe, right? Or no, that's
Okay.
Jordan.
All right,
Jordan's
so
first.
Jordan's on the bottom.
So
Sneaky
that
Joe's
looks
on
like,
the top.
so up top, Sneaky's already got the Light Forge out. He's got 2 lands, Trinity, Barboni. And down here, Jordan's got, I mean, big time lands on the board already. Market in round
Yeah,
1.
Jordan's just dropping
Quadratusk,
Market,
that's a
Citadel.
fan.
He's got a Quadratusk, which is Quadratusk
They're
Ether fan is just.
They
a
are
really
going pretty quick, and that's
powerful
good. That's kind of what I was
vanilla.
thinking, so we
Yeah,
can
I
get through
guess
all
you
the
would
games
refer
here.
to it as a vanilla wonder. No,
Jordan's already
no crazy
tapping
text
his Market of
abilities,
Lost
but just
Wonders
really efficient
for the
power for
energy.
cost.
And
Gets out there,
Sneaky's
steals
already
that
sacking
stone
his
early.
Phoenix Quill. These are things that I typically don't see till late in the game. So is this something that I just don't know about? Is there an advantage to trying to do all this ahead of time?
Ooh. Sneaky's
I wouldn't say
already got a
necessarily.
Luna
I think,
Scarab
you know,
because of a
Quill
Phoenix
is
Quill.
more often I
Oh,
see it played
God, that's
later in the
disgusting.
game when you're trying
I think
to
Sneaky's gonna
turn a
take this
bigger
one.
spell for greater energy cost, but it is
has
cool that
he
he's doing it
has
early.
to-
So round 2, he wants his Luminous
He's gonna
Scarab
lose
out,
his
which
Citadel.
card
That's a
is, I know
huge one right
he's
now.
loved since the beginning.
Yeah, that seems like a very card to play against this meta. It seems like we're really leaning into heavy lands. I don't remember how many are in Jordan's
Luminous
deck,
Scarab that
but,
early
Sneaky's
is
got
insane
14
because
lands.
it shuts down every single land
Yeah,
play.
Sneaky's got 14. Got Jordan's pulled up here. He's got 15, so they're both playing a little bit more than
Okay,
maybe
they're on the
average.
heavier side.
Yeah,
the
anytime
heaviest I've
Scarab
seen is 20.
attacks,
That's
it
worked.
gets
And
to put a null
we got some
counter on the
more
land.
tappage here, more
You
harvesting.
want to save as many of your lands as possible for
Wow,
later
yeah,
in the
see-
game
aggressive.
so that you can have more
Well,
actions
Jordan
than your
is kind
opponent
of
when
forced
you're getting
to
towards
because he
the end.
knows that the Scarab is
and just
gonna nullify
overwhelm them with
lands on
value.
attack. So that's
Scarab
what I know as
forces
well.
you to
He's-
not
he's
be
gotta
able to
get
do that. If you
action
don't
usage
use your
from those
lands, you
pretty
lose
quickly.
your lands. Because every time he swings, he puts a null counter on one.
Yep, and
They
there we
can
go.
never
There's
again
a
be
null
harvested.
on Emerald.
They don't have the links. They don't have their special abilities. None of that. So you're constantly put into a position where, like,
That's going to be
you kind of can't
detrimental
even
to-
play a
to
land.
Jordan. I
If
know
you
his-
spend an action
he's
playing
got
a
really
land,
nicely
he spends an
configured
action
deck,
attacking and
regarding
nulling out
his
the
land
land.
selection. So the
Yeah,
fact
you
that
end up with
he-
nothing.
Is he running 3 of those Luminous Scarabs?
It's a primary. I believe. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that is a secondary.
Crazy.
He is
It is a
running
secondary,
2. I think
yeah.
that's okay.
No,
it is
Sneaky's
secondary, so
absolutely
he's
gonna
running
win
2
this.
of the
That
possible
early
3,
Scarab.
and that was something
only
I
way
thought was
he
interesting
doesn't
when I looked at Sneaky's deck list is he's
He's
got a lot
if
of,
Jordan can dig for
2
removal and get rid
copies
of it
of
quick.
cards that could potentially.
But that's going to be
free,
hard
so
this early.
things are very carefully constructed. with
It's
his
hard to
deck.
have a play
Yeah,
like
I noticed
that
that's
out this
something that
early
really
to begin with.
separates a lot of the
Having an answer
novice
to a
players
play
from the
like that this
pros
early
is
is
knowing
equally
when
as
to
hard.
only use
Most of the answers
2
in this
when you could
game
use 3.
take a lot
Right.
more energy.
The same could be said really for both
So,
decks.
He's
But I
got
think
6
that makes
power to
sense now
0 here.
why he used the quill so fast. He had it early. You can get
In realm
scared out
2.
on turn
Yeah,
2.
you got it in hand.
Now Jordan,
Yeah.
yeah, and now Jordan needs to have an answer for that, or if he doesn't have one, he might have to draw, and this could go a few more rounds while Sneaky just nails all his
Is it
lands.
worth Sneaky trying to nullify these lands that are already harvested?
It's worth consideration.
Especially because we're so
Jordan-
early. I mean,
Yeah, it's early. Jordan plays, which I
Hmm.
believe Sneaky knows, Caliph Leaf Tracker, which can untap lands on play. So those
Sneaky's only got
those
one
can
action
come back,
left.
Come back in.
Jordan's got
so
2.
He's probably watching for that. I'm sure.
Oh, he used his last
Sneaky
action.
earns every
to null out the
letter in
market.
his username. He's watching a lot of games during this tournament. I guarantee you, he knows
Yep.
what's in that deck across the table.
Take away the link.
Yeah,
they
and what do you think
lose,
about these 2
the
decks?
cost
They
reduction.
share some similarities at first glance, but are they going to play similar or are they going to play very differently?
It's a good question. I saw Jordan's deck firsthand when I played him in one of the preliminary rounds, and there's a lot there. I found it really interesting that he's got 20 different wonders in his deck. So, like I said, when you first look at it, you kind of got to think like what he's going for, but that allows him to plan a lot and play off how the game's evolving. I feel like. Both of these, I mean, the way it shapes up just by looking at the decks, I wouldn't say one necessarily is going to outfavor the other.
Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to card draw. You know, can you get the cards? Carrionus Moth is pretty scary to get out, especially here in Realm 2 as we go into Realm 3. So, you know, that's going to limit a little bit of what Sneaky's going to do up top.
That is helpful. Yeah, Sneaky's playing quite a few items in his deck that are pretty crucial.
And the Carrionus Moths, that was a huge thing that you talked to me about. You reminded me, you know, if you really want to go against you really want to have some protection against items, this is a great one because it's not core. It's somewhat cheap. You can fly it around, and it doesn't target. That's a huge thing. That's a pretty big benefit. Do you think that's going to have some long-term stability? Like, we're going to see Carrionus Moth for the next decade?
I do. I've started thinking about that same thing, right? These cards that you could see just being mainstays in the game, and then DBS changing to accommodate that depending on how powerful they are. But yeah, this should be, these guys are moving. This is interesting so far. So
this is great because this is like when I used to watch Magic tournaments, and like literally a guy just he flashes a picture of a card, and I don't know what it was. I didn't see what it was. I couldn't see the picture, but they know pretty much what's in hand and what's in the other person's hand. When you get to this level of play, even though we're just on the Discord tournament, I mean, these guys know their stuff.
Yeah, I think that's important to comment here, and what separates these two guys
Absolutely
from
crazy.
A lot of others right now is that these are two just very good players. When you look at, I think, the tournament as a whole in these two deck lists, I wouldn't say either like knocks you out of your chair, like they have some kind of crazy concoction. It's more so these guys just know how to play the game.
So he's got the Moth in Realm 2.
Yeah, and we had a pretty long round 2, but we're already almost through with round 3. So do they, at this point of the game, do they just kind of know what they need to hit and know what their opponent's trying to hit? Because again, we got more tapping. I think many amateur players would not tap all their lands this early.
Yeah, I think what's something to consider here too is that this is a tournament that has been a slow burn. It's been played over weeks and weeks, and you can come in and tune in live and see the decks.
Ooh, he's got the bow.
There's no, I'd say, probably real secrets
He's got
here
the
on
bow,
this table.
guys.
I think both know what the other person's
Absolutely
playing.
nuts.
These guys have played a lot of
It's a tuned Heliosynth,
casual
so it doesn't
games.
cost an action.
Probably have even played each other multiple times. So it's
whatever it's
like you
equipped
said,
on.
I think it's
if
going
he
to come down
swings
to
there, if he attacks,
this
he gets to draw
particular
2.
game unfolding.
Sorry, draw
and
1.
draws.
Put
And
2 -1 counters on a
like
wonder.
we kind of anticipate for higher level play as it starts to get into that, it's going to
And gain an
who
energy.
can
No, he
limit
draws
number
2.
of
Draws
mistakes.
2, gains 1 energy.
Yep, and we got Compound Bow
Puts 2
coming on.
-1 counters on
Trinity
enemy wonder.
Barboni. So
So
now
nuts.
Trinity's going to get a bonus when he when he battles essentially. So on battle, that's going to work on defense
It's
too,
the
right?
craziest card.
Yeah, but on battle will trigger after.
That's what Sneaky's
on
been using to
defense.
beat everybody.
So
in this
now
whole
he's got an
tournament.
answer
That card
to
right there.
Jordan's
That bow.
wonders. It's a little bit of a longer battle
got
plan,
the
but
Scarab,
he's going to get
too.
some card draw. He's going to get
And
some
the
energy.
Scarab's
He's gonna
got a
take care of some
shield
wonders.
counter now, I guess.
So it seems to me like Sneaky's got a little bit more control of the board right now.
Which means it can't be targeted. Well, it can, but the
Yeah,
targeting just
I would
removes the
agree
shield
at this
counter.
point. Not knowing what's in the hands is makes it interesting.
Yeah, that was a decision
for-
I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking, do we want to see what's in their hands, or do we want to kind of speculate as if we were watching? I think that's one thing that's, really nice about Wonders of the First. It's not all the information's out there.
Yeah, bow is supposed
but
to be
it's
a shield
also,
counter on itself,
it is
right?
limited in that we don't know what's in their hands, but unlike Magic,
But I
you're
think he
going
got
back
the
and
shield
forth.
counter
You're not
from
just
his
dropping
land.
everything you got and then letting the other guy drop everything you got. It really is a back and forth kind of game, which is what I love about what makes it so unique.
I'm gonna look up his
Yeah,
lands
well
really
said.
quick.
And I like the
And
decision made
just to
to
be sure.
not see the hands, because truly we are just seeing as it drops there. Scorpion's Edge, he loves that card.
Yep, that's a great card. I learned a lot about these equipments when I built that equipment deck for my viewer, and Heliosynth is not something I really played around much since the print and play days.
Resonance Reach
So I
on
think there's
harvest.
a lot
put a
of
shield counter
potential
on
in
target
these
wonder.
Equipment decks.
So that land that he has in Realm 3
Yeah,
up there,
Sneaky has been a
Sneaky at the top.
Heliosynth boundless guy for the
when he
most
harvested
part.
that, he got to put a shield counter on whatever
He
he
played
wanted.
that in both
So I'm pretty sure he put
sealed
it on
and
the
constructed
Scarab.
tournaments at the Shattering.
And then the red
So he knows how
Stealing
to use these
Hunter,
cards well.
the owl that's dead now in the Abyss. When it attacks, it gets
So
to
we're
put 2
going
-1
into
counters on
Realm
something.
4,
So he wasn't
and
able
they've-
to actually put
we got
-1
six,
counters on it, but he
Sneaky's
was
got
able
6
to
energy,
remove the shield
but
counter.
Jordan's got 5 energy. So there's still
Oh, he's just
plenty of
pointing
things
out
to
that he
play.
forgot
I'm
to
looking
put
at
his
their
shield
hand.
counter on
Sneaky's
the
got a
bow
full
when it
hand.
entered.
Jordan's got
So
a
he's
full
putting
hand.
that on now.
I feel like with the amount of cards that they've been playing, I would not have that many cards in the hand. So is there a strategy in how they try to balance card draw and playing? Because I noticed Sneaky too also spent an action to draw a card to keep his hand full.
Yeah, I'd almost have to watch back to see how
Ooh,
it
we
got
got
to
a
that
carry
point.
on his moth coming into realm
Yeah.
1. That's gonna hurt.
I know with the complex bow, he's gonna get to draw off of that. Like you said, they've both tapped lands early, so Sneaky must have got his primarily from additional actions early. It's a pretty aggressive, well, from Sneaky's perspective, it's a pretty aggressive start for him.
Okay, commune with technology. Great answer to the moth.
Next time you attack with an equipped wonder this round, choose one, destroy target.
So with that, he
defending-
can attack. He's not going to get the bonus of the bow or anything, but he's going to be able to destroy something. I imagine he's going to destroy the moth.
target defending enemy or double.
Yeah, he
recurring
could also believe double his energy with that card, but I don't know, the way he's playing, he might be trying to throw something big on the table.
What an interesting card. I forgot all about that card.
Let's see, two actions remaining. So he could attack, destroy the moth.
Yeah.
I mean, he could also attack twice and get rid of the Oliphant too, just to clear up Realm 1. That's one of the things that I found that works well. Is sometimes I don't want to go for 4 stones. I just want to go for 3, but make sure I have the first one just in case there's a tie.
Right.
We got some thinking happening. I don't know whose turn it is. I think it's Jordan's turn.
Yeah, we need a little light.
We need a chess clock.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it was Sneaky's turn. So yep, he attacked and destroyed the moth. I think that's a great play.
Yeah, he's
And again,
he's
a
protecting
lot
his
of
items.
Yeah, and a lot of item destruction, that just again shows how good the moth is, because a lot of item destruction is going to have to target, which the bow having a shield counter, it's a waste of a card. So again, that's another great reason to go with that moth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Quadratusk Elephant also has the -2 counters, so now it's at 3 power. So I think Realm 1 is pretty much settled with Sneaky here.
It seems to be at this point. I mean, you can never say that
So
Realm.
it seems like
or
he was
Realm
able to
1
use the commune with technology
over.
to kill the moth, because the moth
You still got a lot
was
of game left, but
nullifying
yeah,
all items in
very
Realm
much in
1,
control of Sneaky right now.
which means the bow wouldn't work, because normally you can kill the moth with the bow, but the moth nullifies all items, so the bow does nothing. So
And
he
Jordan's
used
in a
immune
tough
technology.
spot. Just when you look at what's
attack with an equipped
on the
wonder, you
board.
get to kill an enemy wonder. So
At
with
some
the
point, do
spell,
you say, all
technically,
right,
that
let me
killed
just
it,
give up
turn
the
bow
first
back
couple
on.
rounds and let me just go hard on the last 4?
Yes, I would say that's how I would start thinking in this
That
way.
was actually a really good move too, because
Sneaky's put down a lot of
the commune with
cards.
technology
and
happens
He's
on
still
attack.
got a decent number in his hand, but
Moth dies on
Yeah,
attack.
and he's got
kinda
one
notify
action,
goes
6
away,
energy, so I think you're right. I think something
and the
big's
bow
about
is
to come
still active,
and also from playing
and
this
the
guy,
bow
I
has an
just know,
on
like,
battle trigger,
he'll one up
which
if you
happens
start
after
trying
on
to
attack.
contest
It's on
these
attack, on defense,
early
on battle.
rounds. I could see
So by
him
the
just
time you get
one-upping it,
to
so I think
on
when you
battle,
kind of know
The moth's already dead.
you're in hot water,
Bow
there,
gets to actually
Jordan might
trigger,
be better
put the
off
2 -1 counters, draw 2 cards,
starting
and
to
gain
look
an
forward,
energy.
which looks like he's
Just
starting to do right
insane
now.
value.
So another Etherfint
Yeah.
4.
Now, one thing I noticed, and this is why I didn't want the guys in the chat with us, because I think one of these commentaries, one of the things I don't like about TTS is just how much information it gives you, as well as you can get away with being a little bit lazier of a player. We just saw Sneaky search his abyss, and I think if you're playing in real life, you'd want to at least memorize what's in the abyss, or
Yeah.
try to be a little more careful in how you stack it, because now we know that Jordan's looking through his abyss for something. I'm
Right.
sorry, Sneaky's looking through his abyss for something.
Sneaky's, yeah, right.
So he's got the commune with technology in there. I don't know if I can see, because I'm just spectating. I don't think I can search his abyss.
Right.
Doesn't seem like it. All right, so we're going into the next realm. Jordan discards a Galactic Sovereign.
Already up to
Galactic
round
Sovereign
5
Blade.
here.
Okay.
And I think the Anglopod is out
And
as well.
the
being
game is
discarded. So
kind
these
of
guys, man,
stalled in a
what's
way.
some good card draw.
Some good cards,
That's
some
what
good
happens.
cards going into the voluntary
happens.
discard.
Luminous
yeah.
Scarab is
I don't know what I
just
did here. Let me reset
completely
mine.
shutting down.
Sorry, Capricorn. I don't know what I did there.
Those are two cards that are
completely shutting
typically
down
game-changing
his ability
cards
to play
that they
lands.
just willingly discarded, which might
Yeah,
Every time he plays a
these guys
land,
got some
Yeah.
strong hands.
his opponent could just
Yeah,
attack.
they
and
might
null
have
it
another one in hand.
and make it a wasted play.
You can run
Yeah.
2 Galactics. The Anglopod, I
And
don't
as
see
long
anymore.
as Sneaky
I don't know
Joe
what
is in
happened
the
to it.
lead, he doesn't
Yeah.
mind wasting
Oh, there it is.
wasting
There.
an action to make his opponent waste an action. Because
So,
he doesn't
uh,
have
Jor-
the same
Jordan
kind of
is running
problem.
2
He
Galactics.
can still play
Sneaky
lands.
only has 1. So I
He can
have to
still,
check on that.
generate actions
So
out
does
of them
Jordan,
later.
does Sneaky know that Jordan's not running too many spells, so Anglopod is not going to be too much of a player in this game?
That's my guess. unless they vowed to not look at each other's deck list before the game.
Well, like you said, we've been doing this for a few weeks, and
Yeah.
anytime there's been a game, people have been jumping in to watch, which can be a welcome thing, right? Like I liked you guys watching my matches because you helped me out after the fact, saying, hey, don't forget Nocturna can null any card, not just Wonders, like I was thinking.
Yeah.
So having spectators
being
helps in
able to
that.
play
But
lands is
also,
just gonna be
these decks
the
have been
end.
set for weeks.
Jordan needs to
almost a
spend
month
every
even,
action
or
finding
over a
two
month,
lands and answer the scare.
Which is very different. Yeah.
we pretty
And he
much know
kinda
what's in
needs to
these
find
decks.
two
I just don't
answers
because
to
I haven't
Scarab
been in those rooms.
because it's got a shield counter.
Yeah, Jordan's only got 4 spells in his deck. I'm sure Sneaky's aware of that, and wouldn't say any of them are devastating cards.
So nuts.
Yeah, we still got a lot of play in those first 3 realms. Now we got something coming into realm 4.
Crazy.
Nope, he's putting it into realm 2,
Okay.
which I think is the play because if Jordan's going to go heavy in the final realms, let's keep everything in the early realms.
Yeah, that tells me that Sneaky's trying to put some more equipment on that Scarab. He's looking to shield that up even.
What's that,
To
Caleb?
see what he's. Yep. So now on play, let's see what he chooses to untap here, or if he chooses to tap something on Sneaky's side, he can do either one.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Untap one of his own lands or tap
yeah.
Sneaky's.
Yep.
There you go. So he tapped the Gearheart Enclave.
Yep, makes sense. And then now we got Sirius out, which does not null Caleb, but it prevents, kind of keeps him out of that
Yeah.
lane.
Neutralize. So 4/4 here on power.
So
Technically
Caliph is a
should
good play from
nullify
Jordan.
the Etherfint,
It's a wonder that gives him a Tri-Link
which is a 2-cost.
and can be harvested for an action. So it's like sort of like a land, but it's a wonder. So realistically,
And we got a market coming out for
now he has a Betrayal Link on the field that can't be nulled out by the Luminous Scarab, which is really, really important.
Even given the board state, it's 2 stones to 1, right? And this is another great thing about Wonders I've found is a game can sometimes seem or feel like it's getting lopsided, but all about the stones, man.
It really is, and that's what I say. I'm a big baseball fan. That's the biggest sport that I'm a fan of, and baseball really is anyone's
so crazy.
game. I always go back to, I think it was in 2017.
So crazy.
American Texan, right? I'm in Texas, Astros fan. They were playing Baltimore and went all the way to the final inning, 2 outs
My
remaining.
calculations
They were
are
down by
correct.
4, and they came back.
And this
and won the
baby
game,
hits 88 miles
because they
per
were just
hour.
able to get all those runs
You're
at
gonna
the
see
last,
some
on the last
serious
out,
shit.
even. And Wonders is just like that. I mean, you can take it to the very end and win when you have no stones, but you can turn it all around on Realm 7.
You know what? I've never heard that analogy before. That's actually really good. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And again, good players I think know that and don't panic. So, this
It
is
really
still anyone's
comes
game.
to knowing your deck, what the odds are of the card draw, what cards you need to hit. I did that
I will
a lot.
say this, I
If
have
you
a
watched
secret
any of
deck
my
that has
tournament
beaten
games where
Sneaky's deck
I know
twice.
I need to hit the Autumn Essence to try to just wipe the board, or
In
excuse
fact,
me,
my
fill the
secret deck
board
has not been
with
beaten
everything that's in my
at
pile, and
all.
I just got to sit here and draw
Ever.
until I get that card. But also, your opponent kind of knows that too in the same way.
I think I've played
baseball,
about 7
you
or 8
know
games
what's
with
going to
it.
be pitched, or you know who's going to hit where, kind of what the situation is. It's very situational, which is another great thing because you're going back and forth. There is no, like Magic, like I'm just going to dump everything out and try to get you to 0, before you can take a turn.
Right.
And we got Ethereal Grove copying Market of Lost Wonders. We got some more contest in Realm. No, he's attacking in Realm 1, so he's going to take down Caliph Leaf Tracker. Is Ethereal Grove a card you think that just needs to be in every deck? Because it could just be another one of your lands?
Ooh. Pretty much. I think Tinsman said it. I don't want to misquote, but Tinsman himself said, like, any deck that really cares about its lands and it generating is going to include Ethereal Grove. And really the only thing that's going to limit it in decks is just the DBS. I want to say it's 40 at this point. So maybe if you feel like your deck is just right under the lining, it's hard to fit those in, but that's one of those I'm just almost always adding in when I start with the
It's
deck.
round 6.
Yeah, it seems like whatever color you're playing, you got to put the mythic land.
He did manage to take another
You know,
stone.
maybe
over there,
there's
which
a
is
few of them,
nice.
like Mount of Helios, which Warden may not work with yours. But Clear Sky Eerie seems to be, that's the blue mythic, or the Thalwyn Mythic, right? It seems like always a good
Yes.
choice.
The
to put in
only
any,
way Jordan can play a
Thalwyn
land
deck. And
against
then
that
the
Luminous
Boundless
Scarab is
Mythic,
to run Sneaky out of actions.
Which one is that? I'm
and
drawing
then
a blank
play
on
the
which one that
land.
one was.
And then
Mark of the
Sneaky
Lost
has to
Wonders.
harvest
Market of,
to
yeah,
get an
the
action
Joy, it's right here on the
Yep,
board.
in order to
that seems
attack
like
with
an
the
obvious
Luminous
one to put in
Scarab,
your
but
deck.
after
as well. And
harvesting,
speaking of, there's Clear Sky Yuri.
he
hitting
gets
the
to
table.
tap his
Yep.
land and harvest before the Scarab actually gets to attack and null the land. So he can sneak in some extra actions sometimes,
Jordan might
but it
have
has to
forgot
be
to-
when Sneaky's out of actions.
And his power on the Etherfant. I was like, I don't think he's been affected.
Yeah, he's got 5. He has the -2 counters from the compound
Yeah, and
row.
Yep, in Realm 1, correct.
Although
and I
at
was
this
thinking
point, he
in-
could just be
must have
using his
forgot to
lands
add
to
in,
bait
in
out
5,
Sneaky's
yeah.
actions. If he wants to
I wonder
burn
if-
through
Sneaky's
Sneaky's
got the
actions
4,
and
he's
get
got
it
the
Sneaky
power
to waste
advantage in
actions,
4,
playing a
hasn't-
land
hasn't
so that Sneaky will attack and
capitalized
null
on
the
it yet.
land.
You know, if you don't need the energy, right, is it good just to have something there just to be a threat? And if you need the stone, you can take it later.
I think so, yeah. And this
And
comes
now we
back
got
to just
now we got the Galactic Sovereign Throne.
there. Here we go. Yeah. Wow. He's only got 1 copy in the deck, and
So what is that going to do with what Jordan's playing with here? Jordan's
Well,
going to be.
it's a great response to Clear Sky Eerie, because when you drop Clear Sky, it's in your deck typically because you have some powerful on arrival abilities. So Sneaky responds with that essentially, which tells me he was holding that.
I will give
And
Bandit a
basically
hug
said,
after
hey,
this
go
game
ahead, try to. If you want
before we go to
to
game
play
2.
on arrival, you know. Oh, sorry, now you can't.
Yeah, that's going to limit playing Nexus, Phasebringer,
Exactly.
Nocterum, Tearing Fae. Now it won't affect Waranoko. Waranoko's on play.
Correct. Yep.
Crazy.
So there's still lots of play lines here for Jordan. Waranoko
There
is
is.
kind of the thing he needs to dig for.
Yeah, Waranoko. You got Pastel Bloom Drakes.
Now he's got all the Quadritus Ether Fence. This is another thing that I think the pros know how to use the vanilla cards. Because I think the temptation when you're deck building is, why would I use these? Unless I have something that
Right.
gives vanilla cards bonuses.
Yeah,
And
the
yeah,
Ether
at
Fence
this
are
point,
so
he's
good because
got
they just give you a lot of power for
control
very
of
little
2 realms
energy.
2-cost card.
And they're somewhat immune
Yep.
to nulling, right? They have no abilities to get rid of.
Yeah, 2 costs, 5 power. I mean, it doesn't sound like much because it doesn't do much, but sometimes you get in these predicaments where you can't use your cards and you just got to rely on raw power.
Right.
And
And
until he
Jordan's
hits that
sitting with
Waranoko,
7
he's trying
energy
to do his
still.
best. Yep, 7 energy. He's got 6 cards in hand. Sneaky's still got 2 actions, 6 energy. He's holding 7 in hand. He's
Yeah,
still.
both these guys
watching
got
this
full
game.
hands.
And I don't know how Sneaky has all these cards in hand.
I have to go back and watch the tape, man. He's
I know
got a
spent
ton
at
on the
least-
table.
I know he spent a couple actions. He's got really good action economy. I guess from all those lands, he's been drawing quite a bit with actions.
Yeah,
The bow,
he's
man.
not leaving
It's
anything
the bow.
until rounds. I mean, this is different than a game where guys got their hands that full, but they're not going to have the untapped harvest potential. So round 7 could go quicker than maybe expected.
Yep, I agree. There's definitely going to be quite a bit of choices to make. I think really
Absolutely,
for Jordan,
the
it's going to
bow.
come down to card draw.
The
Can
bow
he
and the
draw
scarab
cards he
are the
needs
whole
to take
game.
Control of the board.
It's literally the whole game.
Because Sneaky, he can play anything in Realm 3.
The
right?
bow
He
and the
can stone
scarab
that.
and his inability to deal with the
threatening
bow and
Realm
the scarab.
4.
Like everything else,
Let
everything else is just
Who
noise.
cares? Let's let Jordan have Realm 6, 5, and 6, and 7's
Yeah.
going to be anyone's game. But
He
yeah,
has
I
a
think-
full hand of cards.
I think
Jordan
this is going to
does
be one where
that he has not been able to play
Sneaky's got such
effectively
an aggressive
because of
start.
the
He
scarab
may
and
be
the
able to
bow.
play defense and just wait out the game.
There's so much more he could have done in this game if one or potentially even both of those weren't on the field. And we just never even saw that stuff played because it's
Now
all stuff
Sneaky's
that's
got
like
3 actions.
it's just bad for him to play it.
And they both have got plenty of energy.
Like that's
I
why
mean,
he's
what a-
leaning on
what
the
a pro
ether
here.
fence so much
Yeah.
because he knows
He's
the
going to
ether
go ahead and
fence
attack
can
Realm 2
soak
just so
up
he can
counters from the
nullify
bow,
the Ethereal Grove.
and you don't lose as much as some other crazy wonder that you put
Great
out.
to have the option of
that's
he can
getting
either
hit by
use
the
the
bow.
bow anytime and throw those counters on and draw, or he can use the scarab and continue to nullify
Yeah,
the lands. Like that's
and knowing that he
Oof.
could still have another Caleb Leaf Tracker, and with the tightness of the action economy in this game, I think nullifying the harvested land is still a good choice, especially because
Mhm.
What
it is a tie
is
game.
Jordan
I'm
playing?
thinking Sneaky's holding something big for
Spend
7,
some
where he knows
energy.
he's going to get these stones back.
Oh, he played the
Yeah.
Red Stooling Hunter.
And Red Stool comes out to
But it's only got
tie
2
up,
power.
round 4 here.
Okay.
But still, on attack, he puts 2 -1s.
And that's another one on battle, -1 counter. So in order to take realm 4, Sneaky's going to have to put something else in realm 4.
Yep. On battle 2 -1 counters.
He can
so
swing in realm 1 to put 2 counters on the hunter if he wants. But that's going to force another action.
now I think
then
we
again,
got
he does
some
get to
thinking.
draw
I
2
think
more
both
cards and
players,
make another energy.
they've
It's
got
funny,
plenty
it's
of
like,
energy.
we've got
They've
2.
got
So
several actions, but they got plenty of cards. They have a lot more choices than I think the typical player has at this point in the game.
This is great. So Sneaky's got 1 and 2. No one's hanging out in 3, but Jordan's got the stone. Jordan's got 5 and 6. And we're jockeying in 4. What's tough for Jordan, what I'd be feeling right now, though, is that I'm okay with kind of where my board sits, but all my lands are tapped, well, with the exception of the Emerald.
All the
So he's just
lands
got
are
to be
tapped.
careful. He's
Anything
got
he
4
puts
actions
out,
left in this game, essentially.
yeah, anything he puts out can just be nullified, which is another
That's
hard
tough.
thing if he has any lands.
Yep.
he can't play
Is
lands
it worth it
or they're
if Jordan has
wasted.
some way to deal with the Luminous Scarab? Is it worth Jordan?
And he has to be very
taking that
careful about how he plays his wonders because of the bow.
I would say
He
yes,
usually
but I
plays
think
the-
he would have already done it if he had that capability. Because that's really
Follow Wagner
And
MTG.
Jordan's got to go first.
Appreciate it, my
if
friend.
There's no other battles here. Okay, now we got the Scorpion's Edge.
This is crazy.
Very nice play. Basically, just cost him 1 energy.
I know Sneaky loves that card, so he brought that back from
These
that
are the 2
scarab
best players in
earlier.
the game right now.
Yep. So he could just pop that on here. It's still a tie though if he attacks. So there needs to be something else.
Right, because of on battle. Yeah.
Jordan's going to take Realm 6, which I think is a good idea. Going into 7 with as many stones as you can to get the energy bonus is going to be huge. Now, there's always the chance for
Yeah,
Zephyr,
Sneaky's
but
fine just
I
waiting.
think they both know
He
that
doesn't need the energy.
neither of these decks are running those.
Right.
He wants to conserve his actions. The only time taking the stone matters as far as
And now
winning is
Jordan's
if you're the
sitting
last
at
one. to
0
take it.
actions, and
Any action
Sneaky's got
spent
2.
taking a stone earlier in the game
yep,
is
here
a
we go, another
complete
community with
wasted
technology.
action if they end up taking
So
it.
now
Boy.
Sneaky can attack and destroy something. Is he
With
gonna
the
take,
exception of maybe getting
the
like a
stone
bonus
in 4?
energy or 2 over the course of the game from having it.
Oh,
But spending an
I'm thinking
action
he's
is not
have
worth
to
the bonus
take
Take
out
out the
the-
Dueling Hunter,
It's not even
Let's
really
do it
worth
better,
2
I
bonus
think.
Yeah.
energies.
and that'll give him. Yep.
Actions
And the way
are
that
more
stacks
important.
is
So
he
not
can,
wasting an
he can
action
choose to
taking
take
a
out the Dueling
stone
Hunter before the Dueling Hunter can put the counters on.
because
Correct, yeah.
eventually your opponent
'Cause
just
it's
takes it
his
back
battle,
is,
his
is
choice of how those actions
really
are solved.
important.
Yeah, good to mention there. Because that's significant in that case. So he takes 4.
So it looks like we're going to go into round 7. It's a tie game,
Wow.
3-3. It's going to be tough. Now they're both going to go into it with 3 actions, 10 energy. Let's see here. No one has any lands available to tap for harvest. I mean, Emerald Clearing is untapped, but it's nullified. So this is it.
Yep.
Unless
You
they
went
play.
down to the wire.
Yeah, and the thing is if Jordan puts a land down, Sneaky can nullify it before he gets to harvest it. But Sneaky can still put lands down, and Jordan
Right.
has no answer for those.
Yeah. Sneaky's got the
So
advantage.
Yep.
Sneaky could out action,
Especially if he
And
has any
he's going
lands
first.
that can be
Do
harvested
you
from
think he
multiple
passes to Jordan?
actions.
since he controls realm 1.
I think he will.
That's another thing that I learned from these tournaments. You know, if you're winning going into round 7, just pass and let
Yep.
the other guy go first and run out of actions. I mean, you're going to be a
Yep.
little bit more reactive, but you're going to get to go last. And there
Yep.
goes nullification on Clear Sky. Interesting choice. I guess because he's winning and there's nothing in 7.
Yeah, That's a good point because he's got. Well,
Nah, he's nulling
He's
it
got
to
the
get rid of
Thrown
his Thalwind core.
so I didn't
can't
think
play
he'd be
any core
threatened
cards.
by the on-arrival bonus.
That's what he's doing.
All right. He's going to play Arcane. Jordan's going to play Arcane Grass, gain control of target item and untap it. Oh, ooh, look at that. He's going to gain control of the Galactic Sovereign Throne. That's something.
Okay.
No on
And
arrival.
that's basically his till the end of the game. And Sneaky's going to take it right back.
He's gonna take it right back.
That's funny. Arcane
how
grasp
about
each
that?
other.
Not worried about
He
sacking
takes
that at
it
the end
back
of the
with his
round.
own
We'll be
arcane
done.
grasp.
What a punch. What a kick, right? You think you finally get a little
Sneaky's
bit
winning
of a,
right
of
now.
a headwind there. And it just
So
gets,
all he
the
has to
wind
do
gets knocked
is
right out of your
just
sails.
keep things
Just
where
that-
they're
that's
at.
And
gonna
just
be
like
tough.
that, yeah. And again, we're duking it here with very little options to extend.
He's
the
making
route,
his
so-
final Hail Mary here.
And he brings
Jordan
out
is
Tearing Fea, but nothing happens. So he's got to rely on just raw
just
power.
putting beef in
He's
round
got one
round
action
7 to
left.
try and take the stone with his last action because he only has one action left. Can't get
Yeah,
anything
there's
out
the
of his
on-arrival
lands.
He wanted to.
So this is a Hail Mary. He has one action left. He used his second to last action to play a big dude, probably the biggest dude he could, because he only has a
Almost like
Patraya
Sneaky
core,
was feeling good about
so he can't play any of his
his
other core
chance of
cards
just winning the tiebreaker.
other than Patraya.
Yeah, that's very curious
You
that
know?
he chose to go first. He chose to go first and he attacked with Luminous Scarab to nullify Clear Sky. Now, if that Clear Sky
Yeah.
was not nullified and he brought in Tearing Fea, is that enough 2+1s and 2-1s to turn things around?
Mm,
Plus the Symbiosis. Yeah, maybe he would have
Yeah.
Symbiosed Caliph and untap a land.
I'll go 2-1. Yeah. I have to stop and do the math on that one.
Yeah, because he would.
The one
he would be
ace
able
up his
to-
sleeve that Jordan could have is he could
Well,
have
I don't
something
know. I don't know
attuned.
if he would have been able to take on 4.
Possibly
might have
one of
taken
the
on-
Patraya
I don't know.
attuned cards.
That's a good question. That's one of those things that happens in an alternate reality, and we'll have to figure that out later. But he brings in Nexus
And he could play
Phasebringer.
that without using
And this
an
is
action.
exactly what I was just about to say. If he could move,
Yeah.
if Sneaky could move Compound Bow into another realm, this game is his. And that's exactly
There we
what
go.
So now he's got the
Oh,
Nexus.
So over.
it does not ascend, but he's got a
Correct.
Nexus
But he
now
could-
with the
yeah.
Compound.
So Nexus came in,
Yeah, he could care less
banished
about
the
the
compound bow,
the
made
ascent
a
at this
token
point.
copy in any round.
Unfortunately,
Basically
Jordan, the
made
only
it
thing he
let
can
him
do is try
move
to
it
just take
to
that
round
4th
7.
stone and see what happens.
That way, not only does he get a trigger off the bow when he attacks, but he actually
That
gets
was
to
his
attack
last
in a
action,
realm
right?
where it's relevant so that he could take the stone there. Because the biggest problem with the bow is if it's stuck in a realm where you're not being able to take the stone
Now,
with your
Jordan,
attack, you're
sorry,
having to waste
Sneaky,
actions
he's
on
out of
owning
actions.
bow
Is that right?
activations.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a way to get
Which
any
is
actions
fine.
back.
Oh man. Wait, hang on a second.
He's pulling out Phoenix.
What do you just
Will.
do?
What is he doing?
I'm not sure how the quill came out because he already
Are
banished
they,
and
are
returned.
they replaying some of the cards here? Are they talking about what?
It's-
I think they're talking. So did Jordan kick himself in the
I-
foot by going first? Because I think Jordan ended the game with that attack in round 7.
I think that just wrapped it. It just wrapped quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jordan. Okay, so they put up the Nexus Phrasebringer with the Compound Bow, but that wasn't enough to fight against
It was-
Terrasea.
It was a little short because
Yeah.
it put the 2, brought him down to a 4. Wow.
So that was Jordan coming out on
There
top
we
of
go.
raw power.
Wow.
That's as close as it gets. And look at what he doesn't have anything that you would say is incredible in his 4 through 6. Like he got 2 cost vanilla at their fence.
The Tearing Fea came in nullified, and
Wow.
I'm not
Okay,
talking about the
exactly.
middle of the game,
and
Milton.
just
I'm
raw
talking
power.
about when it
So-
comes to the
so
end of
the
the
Nexus moved the Compound Bow
If you
over,
don't
but,
end up
but
with
that
the
was his
stone-
last action. And he couldn't attack or take advantage.
then
of
it's a
the
wasted
Compound Bow's
action to
ability.
take it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And-
Because your opponent
Wow.
was
and
going
what
to
you're
have
used
to
to
spend
seeing
an
in a
action
lot
to
of,
take that stone no
I'd say the
matter what.
majority of games is lands.
But if you take it
saved
first,
for round
they get to
7
take the stone and
and
make
you
the
get
initial
much
investment
more
of the action
jockeying
wasted
at the
on
end
your
of the
part
game.
for trying to take the stone.
Whereas
first.
this just was these guys were out of gas and they had a few punches left, and it was just really tight, and it almost ended up favoring Jordan in that way by the end.
Yeah. Again, that raw power just ran out. So that's the end of round. That's the end of round one. They're reloading their decks. I think some cards got swapped around, so they're just reloading it inside. Do we want to have another? Benless, you gonna stay around for another one? I could sit this next game out.
Holy moly!
What's up, Capricorn?
Dude, I thought for
do you
sure
think?
that Scarab had it, and then when the bow came down, I was like, "There's no way Sneaky's losing this." That Scarab just shuts down
happened
every
so
land
quick.
drop for the rest of the game if it's played right, especially that early.
I did. Benless, tell me if I'm wrong, but that win happened so quick just because Tearing Fea. We were expecting some kind of action, tap, arrival, something, but no. Tearing Fea just attacked with raw power and won the game.
Crazy.
Yeah, the betting lines. If we had open betting on this game, it would have probably been going Sneaky's way for the majority, and that's just another example of how things can turn.
I'm really surprised Sneaky didn't have more lands to drop. I thought for sure that he was gonna, drop some lands and stall out the game and wait for Jordan to run out of actions and harvest him and then have his way with the board. We just never saw it.
Capricorn, you want to commentate this game?
Yeah, sure.
Benless, you good for another one?
I am gonna find that out in just a second.
All right, and Subhub's joining us. Subhub, do you want to jump in? I could take a break. I need to eat dinner.
The bow is absolutely nuts. And on the back of the Scarab, it was absolutely nuts. How Jordan got the win, I do not know. There were a couple points in the mid game where Sneaky could have attacked and nulled a land and waited on it. I wonder if maybe that was the wrong play. I will say towards the end of the game, the reason he was prioritizing swinging with the Scarab and putting the null counters on the lands is he wanted to shut down cores. He wanted to make sure no core cards could be played.
Oh, that's right.
And
I didn't
that's
think
why
about that, nullifying those lands.
Jordan
shuts
being
down
smart and
the-
getting out the elf because she has a Patria link and isn't a land, so she can't be nulled by the Scarab was super smart.
I did not think about that play line, nullifying the lands to get rid of the orbital link.
Without that elf on board to give him the link on a wonder instead of a land, so it couldn't be nulled, he wouldn't have been able to play that last wonder into realm 7.
Wow,
That's great. Did not think of that.
These guys are playing a totally different game than I would have been. So that's really great to see. All right, so we're about to get started. Benless, you in for another one?
I think I have to safely opt out. So
Okay,
someone's
that's fine.
taking my
Subhub,
seat.
you want to take your seat?
Yeah.
All right,
that'd be great.
Capricorn and Subhub, y'all commentate this one. I'm gonna take a break.
All right,
All right,
we're
sounds
on it.
good.
All right, guys, have fun.
All right, this is game 2. I'm not sure who's going to be on the play here. We got Sneaky Joe on top. We got Jordan on the bottom.
Should be Sneaky first. He lost.
So is that how it goes with best of 3s?
Yeah.
All right.
So Sneaky does go first.
Just some quick land drops.
We got
Makes sense.
a Light Forge. That's a good defensive play in round 1.
Light Forge is one of the better plays you can make as your first play of the game. Like just getting that out as your initial land. Taxing early plays potentially.
Sneaky dropping the first. That'll give him all orbital links. It does not give a tournament, but
He's
it
gonna
will give him
copy the
all orbital
first.
links.
Interesting.
That's smart.
Clearly Jordan has some stuff in his hand he wants to curve out with that is gonna need the links. Gonna need the core.
Mm-hmm.
They're both just going ham. And this is typically what we see a lot at higher level play in the early game, just getting all your lands out early, knowing that it's an investment that you can capitalize on later.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why that...
Especially one that benefits you, like Light Forge, and he also dropped a Renaissance Reach, which will give you a shield counter. He's got the first, which gives him all orbitals. Those are huge in the first round because it sets you up for the entire game.
And that's why in game 1, getting a round 2 Luminous Scarab was so key, because it shuts down to a certain extent that game plan.
Yep. It could be devastating. I'm surprised Jordan actually got around that in game 1.
Looks like they're already going into round 2. I think Jordan must have drawn a card with his third action. Looks like the symbiosis counter is gone. I don't know what happened there.
It's probably under it. Yeah. I
Might
think he
have fell off.
lifted it up. Yeah.
So he used a cast out.
So
Draw
Iron
some
Citadel.
cards. Looks like an Iron Citadel. And finally we see a Wonder come down. I think that's Enzo.
Trinity Barboni.
Oh, it's Trinity.
I think it's Trinity.
It was one of the Barbonis.
Yes.
Gets big when it's equipped.
Yes, it does. And with Sneaky style, he likes to play items, and then he'll drop that commune with technology, as you saw in the first game.
Absolutely.
And just do devastation. Oh, that's a new one I haven't seen on the board yet.
Endless Ram.
Just power. Just blocking him from taking the stone. He's got the first, so he's getting all these links. He harvests the Light Forge.
It's not as good as the
And-
Ether Fan. Same cost, one less power, which is why it
Right.
hasn't typically seen as much play.
The difference is the Endless Ram is not core, whereas the Ether Fint is core.
And whether it's 4 or 5, it's enough to stop Trinity right now.
Correct. Good move. And he did end up taking the stone there too, so kind of a double whammy. Oh.
Ooh,
Oh, he takes away his shield protector.
nice. He tapped down his opponent's Resonance Reach, which on Harvest
Choose-
would give a shield counter, so...
Chooses to go offensively.
I very
Stay
rarely
on
see Kalith used offensively like that.
Right.
But I think it's a smart play here, especially seeing what happened in Game 1 with the shield counter to protect the Scarab.
Yes.
It's like they're thinking hard.
Yeah. This is the start of round 3. Okay. Moving along here.
I believe Kalith was the first play of round 3.
Okay. I think you're right. Oh, did I miss a cast out? Did Sneaky play a cast out?
That was a round 1. Or
That was.
maybe it was
okay.
a round 2? Yeah, I think round 2. I think it was his first action.
Okay.
That's why you missed it. We hadn't realized round 2 even started until we saw Jordan do something.
Right. Oh, Cedar Shade Ruins. Okay. That's being played in 3, it looks like.
Wonders in Realm 3 cannot be nullified as soon as he gets to 5 total lands. Right now he has 4.
Drops the Ether Fint.
Jordan's playing very aggressively. He's using those vanilla wonders to great effect.
He is. And he's getting power on the board early. 4, 4, and 5 through the first 3 rounds. That's pretty impressive. See if Sneaky has an answer. Looks like he has 3 energy and 2 actions.
They're both thinking real hard right now.
Yeah. He doesn't have enough to drop the Scarab yet. Oh, but he does drop in a serious Aetherblade.
The problem is he knows it's partially wasted because there's nothing to null right now.
Yep.
And now that Jordan knows for sure it's there, he doesn't necessarily have to put out anything that can get nulled. So if an Ethos Relic or something like that is dropped, Jordan can just not put down the cheaper stuff.
which I believe that's what Sneaky is holding in his hand. He's gonna drop that ethos, I think.
Crazy that he didn't drop it first, though. Because the only value you get off of nulling the Etherfant and the Umberthine dude is literally would just be the triggers on Ethos Relic.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have a text box to get rid of.
You would null the RAM as well.
Yeah. I wonder if he's just trying to set up for later on down the line.
I feel like it's coming. You might not have it in hand right now, but I know that's one of his favorite moves. Because he gets to draw cards, you lose, the opponent loses energy. And you can play you could play it against yourself as well. If he has nullification out there, you can play into it, which is a strategy not always seen.
I believe Jordan spent his first action to draw.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
And Sneaky's thinking really hard.
Jordan has a full hand. I can't tell how many cards Sneaky has. Okay, he's got a full hand as well.
Ooh, he's got the bow again. How does he always have the bow so early? It's crazy.
The bow is a legendary item that comes with a shield protector. It's you can only have one of them in your deck. So him pulling it both games early is pretty big.
I feel like he's done that this whole tournament. I feel like every game he's played, maybe not every game, I haven't seen every game, but all the games that I've seen of his, he's got that bow in the first half of the game, which is huge.
That is huge. Huge for Jordan too, dropping the red stooling. Dropping the red stooling in Realm 1.
Red stooling hunter. He could theoretically kill the Sirius over time if he wanted to. Take a few actions to do it.
I think Sneaky will take him out before he gets there, but he can do some damage and take the stone, which he does. Does he fly? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. He's gonna stay there. If he flew to 2, it would kind of prevent him from attacking, or at least he would get -2 if he did try to attack. That was not an attack, that was just fixing the attack from last play. So he drops a nullification item, the Starburst Mallet. When equipped, this gives your wonder +2 and nullifies all wonders in that realm. All enemy wonders in that realm.
Pretty gnarly board state.
It is. Some back and forth right now for sure. They each have 1 action left. Sneaky's out of energy. Jordan has 2.
I believe the mallet is nullifying the red stooling hunter.
It is, yeah. And Caliph. So So he can't
And
harvest.
So he can't harvest the Caliph, and he can't get the -1 counters off the Hunter when he swings.
Correct. Oh,
Looks like he's
Looks like
trying
he
to just
just
push
killed.
forward.
did he just kill Red Stooling with an attack? Let's see.
I think he got it to 0.
No,
Oh no, I guess he killed it.
yeah, because it's only a 2 power, and he put 2 negatives on it the first attack. So that one just killed it. He
That makes
gets
sense.
Gain 1 energy and draw 2 cards, which he did. Both at 0 actions. See if there's any harvesting.
That's pretty huge.
That is very huge.
Jordan has the lead, but Sneaky has all of the value in the world.
Yeah, that bow can be very devastating.
So crazy.
So Jordan does harvest for 1. Harvest the Iron Citadel. And Sneaky follows. Harvest the Light Forge.
Arcane Grasp.
Oh, Arcane
the
Grasp.
Starburst
He takes
Mallet.
the Starburst. So now Sirius is nullified.
Now I'm
Almost
really
switcheroo
scared.
there.
Could you imagine if he drops the Ethos Relic right now?
Oh man.
Because the Starburst Mallet will go away at end of round. Everything will get nullified. And trigger the Ethos.
That would be the play. He has the action and the energy to do it. If he has it, I think he'll play it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a really risky move. But I understand why you're doing it.
So this is the Harmonic Canyon, and this one is forgotten about a lot. It gives attacking enemies -2, each one in that realm. So if you have 4 wonders in that realm, when you attack, you'll get -2 if you own a item in that land and also have a kingdom of 4, I believe. Yeah, 4.
But it triggers for each item, right?
Yes, for each item it's -2. Alright, looks like that's the end of the round.
Alright. Start around
If you guys
5.
are wondering why that went into his abyss, it's because he is the owner of that card. So you can't put other people's cards in your abyss, they'll go in his abyss.
Crazy.
But it does get sacrificed. It looks like Jordan still has honors. And he plays the first land in realm 5.
So... Interesting.
What are you thinking?
Like,
Sneaky
Jordan has
attack.
the action advantage, and he's got the tempo advantage as far as how many stones he has right now. But Sneaky's got that bow that he can potentially lean on.
Yes. Jordan draws for an action. Sneaky plays a land for an action. It's when you play an item in this realm, you could put a shield counter on someone in that realm. So now he's set up to drop an item in this realm. Let's see if Jordan harvests the Caliph. Because I think her days are numbered.
Oh, man.
Jordan
think
draws for
Jordan
his last
drew?
action.
Sneaky played Seer's Gaze for 4.
That's going to get him, yeah, 4.
He's gonna draw whatever he's missing, most likely.
Look for Sneaky to harvest here. And Let's see if Jordan harvests the Caliph. I think he should. He could wait one turn to get it to 0, but let's see. Looks like he wants to harvest the Indras. He's thinking about it.
I love how it seems like Jordan's just essentially brute forcing his way
Right?
through Sneaky's card advantage and through his overwhelming value.
So Jordan harvested the Indras, which if it's in an even realm you get 2 actions, and then Sneaky followed harvesting a single
Jordan
land.
still has more actions though.
Mhm.
He's going to use one of those actions to play an Emerald Clearing. So you notice he's keeping pace with Sneaky as far as potential actions for the future. He's making sure
Yes.
he has 3 lands to harvest to Sneaky's 3 lands. I think he's doing that on purpose because he doesn't want Sneaky to get ahead and get a potential action advantage in the final round of the game. So he's trying to kind of walk the line. Get tempo advantage out of his harvesting now, but not to the point where he gets to an action deficit compared to Sneaky later on.
Yep, which is very strategic. But Sneaky drops a Galactic Sovereign Throne, which will nullify any on arrivals that are on the board or they get played in the future while it's standing right
Seems
side up.
like Jordan has very few on arrivals. It seems like Jordan's
Yeah.
deck is crafted very carefully to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that other decks are utilizing these days.
I do know he has a few key on arrival cards though, along with
sure.
the Clear Sky Eerie, that that throne could potentially save the game if he can't do anything about it. So Jordan harvests the Renaissance Reach, which he symbiosed. Oh no, he symbiosed the first. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh. He drops a Nocturum, which is an on arrival.
Oh
that will
boy.
be nullified. So he does not get the
I
text
think
box.
that's just a cheap way for him to try and take the stone there.
I agree. I think he's just
He
trying to
waited-
get a wonder out there.
He waited until Sneaky was out of action so they couldn't use the bow, at least not right away.
Mhm.
So he's going to get an opportunity to attack and take the stone before
He
Sneaky can
forces
kill
Sneaky to
Nocturne.
harvest.
Yep.
And Sneaky plays a market. Think we see Warren Oko this round? Not this round, this game.
I mean, it's very possible.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they both have one in their decks, so. You see how they spread their lands out? They're not all just congested in 1 or 2 realms.
That is definitely
That's
on
a-
purpose.
Yes, definitely on purpose.
There are also a couple cards that can specifically target lands in an entire realm. So that's another reason to spread them out.
Yes. Yeah, in fact, there's one that keeps you from harvesting all lands in the realm. There's one that actually just takes them over to your side. You can actually steal your opponent's lands in that single realm. So, spreading them out definitely has advantages.
Wow, he's harvesting the market already.
Wow. For 2 actions.
Was this a double bait? Because it looks like Jordan baited Sneaky into running out of action so he could do his Realm 4 plan. But maybe that entire thing was a bait by Sneaky so that he can do whatever he's got planned now that Jordan's out.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to force Jordan to have to harvest Kalith. Hey, we'll see what Sneaky does if he goes after Kalith or Nocturum. I would think he goes after Kalith because Nocturum's already nullified.
Plus, technically, he only needs to take that stone in Realm 1 in order to be winning.
Correct. Jordan still has 6 energy, which is quite a bit. It's like he thinking about it. Oh, he's attacking. Okay. So he's gonna gain 1 energy. He draws 2 cards, and he does attack Kalith. So now Jordan doesn't really have a choice. I think he has to harvest Kalith or he loses. Yeah, there you go. So he gains an
Which
action
means
there.
that now Sneaky doesn't actually have to attack in Realm 2. Instead, he can attack in Realm 1 and take the stone.
Yes.
And then he'll be first in round 6.
And he'll have that advantage from his land, where now he controls the stone. If he gets attacked, it will have some defense.
Ooh, he's not even going to swing. He's going to play a Resonance Reach.
One thing I've learned playing Sneaky is he does not save his lands. He uses them throughout the game and takes advantage of, full advantage of the text box. As he harvests again.
Crazy.
Jordan played a land with his action. He played a market.
I think Jordan at this point is just trying to save up to have a much better round 6. And Sneaky's trying to take advantage of that by doing whatever he can right now.
We'll see, because he still has energy, and Sneaky keeps gaining actions, and he just played a Quill, which is going to give him 3 energy when he chooses. That might be motivation for Jordan to harvest, even if he wants to save those actions.
He's got 2 shield counters on his Sirius now. That's wild.
He's really protecting against the Pastel Bloom Drake. Because if Nocturum becomes unnullified, his text box comes back, and then he can banish up to 3 items from his Abyss, and then sacrifice that card and pull something out of banishment to his hand. So that card is really can be a game changer.
Well, the banishing happens on arrival, so it's going to be too late to use that part. But he absolutely gets access to getting his best thing back, and that's super problematic. So it makes sense.
Correct.
They're both out of actions, but it doesn't look like they've both passed yet.
They both have a lot of energy as well.
Problem here is Jordan has the majority of the stones and has an action advantage.
Mm-hmm.
He has
Jordan's
potentially
got
4 actions from his lands,
potentially
whereas
4.
Sneaky's down to what? Well, now
1.
he just used 1, so now he's down to just 1.
Yeah. And he did sack the Quill earlier, so he did gain that. Then it did force Jordan.
Doesn't look like he buried his cards, though.
I feel like Sneaky does that on purpose sometimes to force you to use your actions. Wow, he drops a banger. Where he gets to make a copy of a target item, and of course he chooses the compound bow, puts it in 1.
Crazy on the serious.
And that adds an extra item to that realm 1 where he's got that protection from his lands.
Yep. Not only that, but now when he attacks to take the stone, he gets to draw 2 cards, kill something, and gain a little energy, kind of for free.
Yeah, because he was gonna attack there anyway, right?
Yeah. That's the key to making the bow as efficient as possible, is you gotta find ways to utilize it in realms that you can actually get more out of the attack than just the bow trigger.
Yes. Yeah. Anytime you can do that throughout this game is very beneficial. Jordan plays a Galactic Throne. Looks like they moved on, so we're in 6 now.
Yeah, it looks like we're in 6.
Jordan still has the first play. Sneaky has to discard. Down to 7. Jordan already drew, so they should be good to go here.
I know Sneaky also runs Zara Stratos in his deck, which is a very cheap DBS wonder that I haven't seen really anybody else use, but on attack you get to move an item, or an equipment rather, that you control to target wonder that you control. And that's potentially a way to move these bows around.
Yes.
It's a very interesting deck inclusion. I don't see many people use Zara. But with the bow, it makes all the sense in the world. So it is the beginning of round 6. They still both have 3 actions. Nobody's started yet. Looks like Sneaky discarded an Onglepod, which is similar to what he did in the first game. I think he just anticipates not having too many spells to be up against.
Yeah, I think so too. He's a very good student of decks.
Oh, now we see it.
There it is.
That's what we were waiting for.
Let's see where he places
For
these.
Loco himself. That's my nickname for that card, For Loco. Because after your opponent plays him, you feel drunk.
That is true. Alright, so it looks like he's going to put 1 on the first that he copied, Ethereal Grove. Going to put 1 on the Emerald
So
Clearing.
Big. So big.
And 1 on...
It looks like they're all 7 power. It looks like he's mainly trying to be defensive with them.
Yeah, he's protecting right now.
Although he's considering dropping 1 and 2.
But he doesn't. He goes with 4.
Yeah, I don't think
So
you
he's
want to
got-
fight over the realms where there are bows if you can help it. Because every time you take a stone there, you're just giving your opponent the opportunity to take the stone back and also trigger the bow.
Yes. The only advantage is that first attack he would give you the stone. But unless you have something that has a lot of power, it's not worth it. Sneaky uses an attuned cast out. He's going to cast out on himself. Searches the top 2 cards.
Does he hit a Pastel Bloom Drake?
That is the question.
I don't think Sneaky's running it. I had heard through the grapevine that he plans on updating this deck with that. But
Okay.
one of the core rules from the beginning of this tournament was that they had to keep their decks exactly the same from game 1 all the way to the end.
Interesting choice. He does banish 2 cards. Oh. 2 cards I would not think he would banish. So he obviously has a game plan here. He banished the Feline Entity of Dreams, which protects against targeting, and the Ethos Relic.
At this point, he has a very specific plan. He knows that he's losing and he needs to come back. He needs very specific cards, and he's using Cast Out as a way to just dig deeper. Because of banishing 2 and then drawing 1, he's now 3 cards closer to whatever the thing that he needs is.
Exactly. Interesting strategy.
It's all he
knows
cares
has
about.
to win this game.
He has a
It's
certain
a
answer,
must-win.
he has a certain line, and he is hard focused on getting there as efficiently as he can.
See if it plays out. It's 4-1 in stones right now, Jordan. In realm 6. So something's got to give here. We'll see what Sneaky does. I don't know how Jordan got the stone in 1. Did he not attack yet in 1? Sneaky hasn't ever attacked there?
I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he did. So I don't think Jordan would have been able to get that back.
You know what it is? Sneaky never attacked in 1. He set himself up to be able to.
Okay.
But he's
That makes
biding his
sense.
time. He tends to be strategic like that. He gets into a winning position in a realm and doesn't bother to pull the trigger. He waits on it, knowing that he could just take it whenever he wants.
That's a Sneaky.
But now he probably thinks he has to advance his plan, because with the Waranoko Legendary Wonder there now, it's going to scale and get bigger as he drops lands, and could very quickly force him into a situation where he can't take the stone without dropping something else there.
And you're running out of time, right? Or about to go to round 7.
Yep.
You don't want to waste actions in 7. Get it now. He's setting himself up, so we'll see how it turns out.
It's very close. Sneaky has more card advantage, more value proposition on the field. But Jordan is ahead on stones and ahead on actions, considering the fact that he has 2 lands untapped to Sneaky's 1.
And 3 actions if he waits till 7. Uh-oh. Sneaky
Tune.
drops in a Toon Scorpion's Edge to get a power
Yep.
increase, and now he has the advantage in
Without
3.
spending an action. That's what's great about that card. It can come out of nowhere unexpectedly in a situation where your opponent thinks you're out of actions and you're backed into a corner. And now all of a sudden there's a new piece of math to consider.
So Jordan has options here. He can gain 2 energy if he taps the market, or he can wait until 7 and gain an extra action if he does want to counter or try to protect in 3. The problem is it'll force him to tap 2 lands, his last 2 lands, if he does want to try to get that stone back.
Difficult situation.
It is. So Jordan passed. Sneaky
Makes
takes
sense.
a stone at 3.
He's going to take
Now-
his action advantage into the final round.
And now Sneaky goes into 7th round with a 3 stone to 2 stone lead with Realm 1.
But he's only got a total of 4 actions right now. And Jordan has 6.
Yes. Is that enough? We'll see. If he can take 6 and 7 and hold the 2 stones he has, that will be enough.
It's very close.
It is. It is. That's the thing I love about Wonders is the game is never over. Like you saw it last game where I didn't think Jordan had a chance and he came back and won that game in the 7th.
Ooh.
Oh. Plays the Crimson Marauder.
That was one of the cards I was thinking of earlier when I said why you don't want to bunch up all the lands in one realm.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that steals all your lands. So
And granted,
now,
they're all tapped,
yes,
but you're still removing
but you
cores.
lose the link.
And more importantly, Sneaky now cannot play a cheeky round 7 Waranoko to have a huge upset out of nowhere.
Well, not only that, but look at this. Jordan's Waranoko just gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy in that realm
Yep.
because he has the counter on that land, and he took away those land, the ones that you can't attack,
Yeah.
or it'll give you negative. So now he's in position to take Realm 1.
Yeah, he effectively cancels out his opponent's potential Waranoko and just hugely increases his own. All
Yeah.
3 of those legendary wonders now are hugely buffed.
What a play.
They're 12s instead of 7s now. Crazy.
Yeah. That was a great move. Yeah, not only did he secure 1 pretty heavily, but he also retook 3.
This is a great
see how-
example
Seeds.
of outplaying your opponent even when your opponent technically has the better cards on the field. Jordan's just being really, really smart, and he's getting more value out of his limited options.
And I don't know if this matters because I can't see Sneaky's hand, but he also did take away his first. So now he technically only has 3 links on his side.
Yep, he loses Sulfera Link, Thalwind Link, and Umbrathan Link.
So Sneaky is heavy in thought here, trying to figure out what he's going to do next, because I think that kind of threw him for a loop. Threw me for a loop.
Not to mention how much power Jordan now has in Realm 1.
Yeah.
I think
even
he's
if he
been planning
attacked
that for a
4
long time.
times.
Being able to take all of those lands at once and also put yourself in a position to take the Realm 1 stone that determines ties. Pretty huge play.
Massive play. If Jordan ends up winning this, that is definitely the play of the game.
Gonna play a
Commune
commune.
with technology. Right, so that's
So the next time he
play.
attacks, he has to kill something.
and he could kill this big wonder down here.
You
realm
can kill the
one.
land,
Yep.
which
Yeah,
not only
which
gets
gives
rid of
12
12
power.
power there, but reduces the other two to 11s instead of 12s. I think that's probably his plan. He also gets to shoot 2 -1 counters.
Right, which can take out Caliph, or take more power off the realm with the Crimson Marauder.
He might even put them over in Realm 3 to get closer to winning there.
Oh, you're right. That would equal out that realm, because once he loses the land and puts -2, it'll drop it down 3 points, and then they would be tied.
They'd be tied. You
and
couldn't take the
Jordan
stone
could
back
not
there.
take the stone.
Jordan's going to have a lot of heavy lifting to do at that point.
Jordan's gonna harvest for 2.
Goes up to
Harvest
4
the
actions.
Sneaky could still pass if he wants to.
The land in Realm 3 buffs the Wonder.
Good move by Jordan taking that stone. I don't know if he realized what could happen there, but that was a good move taking that stone in 3.
He might have
Now
seen...
he holds.
He might have seen the same play line we were talking about and got out in front of it.
Yep. So now it kind of forces Sneaky to have to play. He can't pass any longer. You can't pass in round 7 if you don't have more stones or control.
Yeah,
Or
because
you
the other
lose the
person
game.
can then pass and it's just over and they win.
Yeah. So he does take out that land with the big power. See where he puts his -2 now. He's gonna put his -2 on.
See, putting it in Realm 3 now doesn't do nearly as much.
Right. He's still gonna do it, I think. Let's see. Because he might have something to pop in there.
I think the action advantage that Jordan has is what's going to pull it out for him.
He did have to pay Jordan 2 energy to attack there.
Crazy. Wait, no,
Not
Light
sure
Forge
if
only
that's
triggers
right.
if you have 3 or less, right?
Yes, and he has 3. Oh, did he? He had 4 at the time.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So that did not activate. Yep. There it is. An attuned Scorpion's Edge will give him +2. He will take control in Realm 3. Just needing to attack to get that stone back. Jordan's at 3 actions. Can he pop something in 3, or does he go for 6 or 7? We'll see.
Interesting.
Plays a land.
Makes sense. Drag the game out, force Sneaky out of actions.
He forces him to play right here because he still has stone control. And it's a Quiet Creek, which will give you +1 counter to anything that's 2 or less. Petraya.
He's trying. He goes down to 1 action, takes that stone. He is winning. He's got 1 action he can sit on and he can pass, so. But Jordan's got essentially 4 actions.
Jordan needs to gain control of one of the 3 stones Sneaky has, because he doesn't have enough to take 6 and 7.
Unless he has a flyer.
Yes. No. Yes. Yeah,
he could drop a flyer in 7, swing in 7, and swing in 6.
The only that's risky though, because he does still have 1 action left, so he could drop something in one of those realms, and then you're stuck.
Yep. You definitely can't do a move like that until you run your opponent out of actions, which is why I think he's been playing the way he has been playing to try to run Sneaky out of actions.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what cards they have in their hand, speculating, but I think he would try to take 3 back.
I think he plays something in 3 to bait out Sneaky's last action.
And he plays a big one. He plays a monster, but it's on arrival, so it doesn't count. He only gets the power. Not sure why. Okay, he put it back. There we go.
Yeah.
Normally that card with the arrival would take the base power to 0.
But the Galactic Sovereign Throne is nullifying anything with on arrival.
Oh man, he just dropped a bomb. He just put in the Harmonic Canyon with 2 items in that realm.
That's so good. Not only does it effectively protect that realm, but it gives him the action back.
So now Jordan's... Oh, I think this could have done it. That could be the nail in the coffin.
He still has 3 actions.
Does he have 3? He does. He has 3.
Flyer in Realm 7 could still do it.
A flyer could do it. Yep.
But the problem is he still has the ability to harvest that land and drop a defender. He won't be able to attack with whatever he plays.
If he has a moth...
It might be his only out.
Yeah.
So crazy.
So he does harvest 1. You can feel the tension. This is a close game. Let's see. Sneaky's probably gonna pass, would be my guess.
Yep, he's getting his action back, being ready to adapt to whatever happens on Jordan's side.
Which is not a good spot for Jordan.
What did Jordan spend his action on?
He played the panda in 3.
Yeah, and then he tapped a land to get an action.
Yes.
But I don't know what he used that on. Because after the panda, he had 1 action and 2 untapped lands.
Yeah, he played... No. When he played the panda, that was his last action. Wasn't it?
No. He had 4
Maybe
at the time.
Drew?
because he only needed 3 to drop a flyer and swing with the flyer, and he would have had 1 left. So the thought was to use the panda to bait realm 3 so that you could set up that line in realm 7
He
and
might
6.
have
I just don't know what he
might
did
have
with
had
it. Maybe he
draw.
drew?
He must have, yeah. Sometimes at the end of the game, yeah, he's only got 3 cards in his hand. Sometimes at the end of the game, you don't have... Oh, he can symbiote something. No, he can't, because it's on arrival. It is nullified. But... he can make it a closer game, I guess. But I think that's going to seal it up.
Looks like it.
Yeah, that is the game. I think Jordan passed.
Oh god. His last play was Noctarum.
No, that was after the game was over.
So I guess they're going to game 3 then.
He couldn't have played Nocturum because of the throne, so I don't know what's going on right here. I would guess the game is over.
Yeah, they're probably just
Yeah, I
showing
think the
each other
game is
what they
over. I
could've
think
done.
they're just going over some of the cards they had, or we're looking at playing. What I don't understand is, did Jordan must have just ended it because he still had the untapped Emerald clearing?
Yeah, I'm thinking he just passed because he knew he couldn't win. And once you pass, it's game.
Yeah. Well, that was a good game. I had fun listening
was.
to you guys commentate. That was pretty good. Yeah, Sub, you were really picking up on when I was hovering over certain cards. Like, hey, let's not forget we got lands in all the realms for Waranoko, and that Crimson Marauder. The flavor text is perfect on that.
So good.
When you have a lot, you have a lot to lose, or something like that. It's
Right.
oh
So
my gosh,
wonderful.
what a turn on that one, Capricorn. I
funny,
appreciate
too.
you jumping in on commentary too.
We were
Absolutely.
just talking about all that too.
You want me to step out now?
No, we can. Who else is here? Who does anyone else want to commentate? I mean, we can just let everyone take a turn.
I am at the community's whims, so I will do whatever you guys want me to do.
Same here.
I'm also here if anyone wants me to commentate.
What's up, Kelveron? Is that how you say it, or is it Kelverin?
I say Kelveron.
Kelveron. Okay, cool.
Maybe we just get everybody in on the final.
Yeah, let's
do
just try a work Zoom call and just have us all on here at the same time. I do like when we do StreamYards, it'll like somewhat smartly highlight some voices above others when someone else starts talking, so you kind of have a little semblance of control in the conversation. Whereas Zoom, everyone's just on all the time.
Right.
All right, so we're
do you
going
want me
into
to get
round 3.
spotted in here?
Get who in here?
You want me to get Skizzy in here?
Yeah, whoever. Let's just go free for all. If it gets too crazy, we'll start kicking people, and I'll be the first.
Feel free to kick me if you need to. I won't be offended. Just do what you gotta
Nah, I don't want to kick a puppy.
Oh,
Kicking you is like kicking a puppy.
do. Oh, I'll be kicking back plenty in Orlando. You guys haven't even seen my best decks. I got 2 secret decks.
yeah, that's
I do
what he
too.
keeps saying. That's
One-
what he
one
keeps
of
I think
them's
everyone's got-
undefeated
everyone's
right
got
now.
The best deck of their head in the world.
I've been
got a bunch of
playtesting with
secret
Roman
decks.
Boss.
Oh, well, no wonder it's undefeated.
Very funny.
Mine are undefeated because I haven't played them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Roaming's not even in here for that one. That was sorry, Roaming. That was a joke.
Roaming's listening. He's watching the Twitch stream.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Hey."
All right, going into game 3, what do you guys think is in the players' minds? Are there certain play lines are they looking for? Is Jordan going to be a little bit more offensive like he was the first game? What do you think is going on in the players' heads?
I have a feeling Sneaky's going to be digging for that bow because it seems to have been his linchpin for the last 2 games.
Yeah, what are the odds the bow comes out early again?
The bow is nuts.
If it does, I'm calling.
Shenanigans.
He gets it every time. I feel like he just blows actions drawing into it until he finds it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, play as many lands, try and use those Seer's Gazes.
They had some great hand manipulation in the first game, but the second game, Jordan was short on cards the whole game, second half of the game.
I mean, that happens when you're running vanilla monsters, I feel, because you give up the ability to throw in other cards that will get you card advantage.
Yeah, those vanilla monsters, those vanilla wonders, they really came in handy the first game. The second game, they were good early game, but then did he lean too hard into the Waranoko in the land play?
I don't think so. I think the Waranoko helped them, especially with that Crimson Marauder.
Yeah.
That really turned the page. It switched the whole game, and Sneaky had to go on offense.
I think you said something really good there, Sub, about, I think it was Sub, it's not just picking the decks, building the decks, but it's also how you pilot the decks. And these guys, this is a master class. And
yes.
Action economy
They're playing
management.
the game so much differently than I would have expected this game to be played. And it shows that they're the two in the final, that they really understand this at a fundamental level differently than other people do.
Yes, they're not there by accident, I promise.
Oh yeah, 100%. And action management. I was surprised. I believe at the end of round 6 in the last game, Jordan did end a turn with 6 energy, which I haven't seen anyone else, either of them end with so much energy. But yeah, I mean, just maintaining hand size, maintaining control of across the board in multiple realms. This is just a masterclass. This is one to study.
From my perspective, it definitely seems like Jordan has done a really good job doing more with less.
Yeah.
Well, and I think another benefit to running vanilla monsters is the fact that it allows you to run some of those higher DBS, wonders, than what you might otherwise try to run.
That's
like
true.
We're already into round 2.
I don't want to interrupt, but Sneaky just put a Pastel Bloomdrake into his Abyss, which means he's setting up getting that back out onto the board with a couple different cards. So we'll see how quick that comes out. Yeah. Getting that out early is huge.
Ooh. Jordan countered with a Sirius. Sneaky tries to play that Noctarum. It gets nullified, and he won't be able to get the Pastel Bloomdrake back.
Sneaky plays a cast out, and it looks like he found one. He did.
Oh goodness!
Talk about early draws.
So he's got one in the Abyss and one on the board already.
It's quite the threat.
Yes. Vanilla monsters don't scare the Pastel Bloomdrake.
But really, at this point, if he's using the Pastel to get some early power, he's really just using it to get the stones early, because a lot of what we've seen in the last 2 games is an early lead has led to a loss. So I think we really have to see how they try to balance that out in the 3rd game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because you get the stones early doesn't mean you're gonna win. That's for sure. But control and having flyers, and
yeah, the flying is huge.
Though as much as he plays items on those flyers could be devastating. So it's gonna be curious to see how this plays out.
That's an on play. You suppose Jordan's playing the Iron Citadel in Realm 2 just so that if the Bloomdrake decides to fly, that everything else that's going to be left there to defend the realm later isn't going to be able to protect it from.
That's the hope, I think, and I mean, it does give you the link, so there's all that as well. But
And if that's that
a moth
that also
could
tells me
take
that
it.
might be his only land in hand, because he's playing that to get the land out on the board. He wants to play it in a different realm for Orinoco.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, it's a heck of a start for sure. Going into round 3 now.
Each have a
Seems-
stone, so they get
Seems
more
to me
energy.
that Sneaky might have kind of the advantage here at the moment, because even though we're in round 3, Sneaky's got at least one additional action at his disposal.
Yeah, and he has the first out there. He's got all of his lands are actually really good lands to have on the board early. So I would say you are correct. He definitely has the advantage here, especially with the pastel on the board.
A little bit of insight from Jordan with that play. Using the symbiosis on market shows that he cares more about the extra actions than he does about the orbital links.
Yep.
Yes,
I was thinking the
Ethereal
same thing.
Grove. What did we copy? The market?
the
Yep.
market.
Yep.
Yeah. So and not used a lot, but very underrated is the market. Using it on an even realm, where you can get the energy when you need it. You can gain 2 energy and get an action, and as opposed to 2 actions on an odd realm.
It's especially good early.
I don't think I've ever seen 3 Siriuses on the board at once.
Oh wow!
That is crazy.
What is the benefit of playing 2 Siriuses on your side?
Jordan might be running dry on wonders.
Yeah, I mean that's again Iron Citadel, not the most ideal play in Realm 2 with the flyer, and now he's got 2 Siriuses out there.
Just getting the bodies out there to try to get a tempo lead might be good enough. But we've also seen
Yeah.
ways of nulling.
It's also possible that the wonders that Jordan does have would now be nullified by Sneaky's Sirius. Yeah, that card's definitely going to dictate how this game turns out.
Well, that definitely blocks Nocturum, which I think he wants to make
Was
sure that
anticipating.
second, that second Bloom Drake doesn't get out on the board.
Yep. Although the other one in Realm 1 is definitely going to be a linchpin if this comes to a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Cedar Shade,
Uh-huh.
and that is his 5th land.
So
So
it doesn't
this
matter
would be a
how
good
many
game for-
Siriuses your opponent has, that Cedar Shade is going to protect Realm 1.
Correct.
This game is kind of dependent on Jordan drawing into that Crimson Marauder again, it seems.
For sure. He's stacking up a bunch of lands.
Does he
And
have
then
does he
Realm
have
1,
2
the
in
one
his
that you
deck?
want to... Oh, that's a good question.
No, he just has one Crimson Marauder in his deck.
That's another one that's kind of spendy on the DBS side.
Looking over the decks, it does seem like there are a decent amount of one-ofs when they don't have to be. I think part of that is psychology, you know, having your opponent have to think about so many more potential outs to play
I
around.
was saying earlier in the chat that my take on sort of the DBS score side of things is that when it comes to the wonders that have the potential to be either primary or secondary and have 2 or 3 copies, it's more likely that they're running less than they can because they want to keep the DBS score lower, especially on cards like Sirius or Ethereal Grove. But as we can see, at least Jordan's running 2 Sirius, so we know that that's not a card that is that concerning when it comes to the trade-off between the DBS score and the impact in the game.
Absolutely.
Another thing to take note of is just how much demand or control they have over their decks to where they're not drawing all the way through their deck, but they're drawing through enough of it that they can hit those cards that they only need one of them. Because you just need to hit one Crimson Marauder to turn the game around. You don't need to put two in the hopes that you'll get one. They know he knows he's got a so many % chance to draw into it just by knowing how he's going to draw through his deck.
For sure.
I do think there's a couple of underrated cards when it comes to the way that at least we're seeing these two play the game, and I think that they'll definitely go up the ranks as things progress. But the ones that come to mind right now are Briarmaw and Murkmire Incarnate.
Ooh, Starburst Mallet on the Pastel Bloomdrake, nullifying the red stooling right now. That's a big play on Sneaky's side.
Yeah.
For sure. The Red Stooling Hunter not being able to get its attack trigger is insult to injury.
Yes.
Stacking that Realm 1 with your wonders can't be nullified and nullifying opponent's wonders in the same realm.
Side note, this might be the first time we've ever seen Sneaky not get bow by round 4.
I'm sure there was at least one game in the tournament leading up to this where the bow wasn't
Every game I've seen, he gets it in the first half.
Really?
I haven't seen every game he's played, but I have watched a number of them. He always has it in the first half.
Oh, wow.
That's going to hurt.
Boy.
I was just going to say, having the Starburst Mallet on the Pastel Bloomdrake essentially is like having a Carrionus Moth on top of your Pastel 2. You know, getting to fly that over and nullify a different set.
And now it's on the
different
Red
realm.
Stooling. So not only is this Red Stooling got more power, but it's also got the same ability with
Yeah.
flying where it can go back and forth.
But he's
gotta
going
get
to
it out
lose
of
the
that realm.
Starburst. Yeah, he's going to lose
Right.
the Starburst at the end of the round.
And if he has any wonders under 2, he needs to fly that to 2 right away.
To round 2, and then play him this
Yep.
round.
Mm-hmm.
Cedar Shade is still protecting that Pastel Bloomdrake, though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to get
Kingdom
out of there.
Kingdom's in effect, yeah. Okay, so there was the attack, lowering the Bloomdrake
not
from
gonna
7
fly.
to 5.
I
Not
think
leaving
he should
realm
fly.
1. Interesting. Or is he thinking about it?
I would think he wants to get Pastel Bloomdrake down around, 1 or 3.
I think part of it too, Jordan probably realizes that there wasn't enough action economy there to fly it to 2 and play a card.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't matter too much because Nexus is going to take the Starburst Mallet back.
That's right.
Well, not take it
Good
back.
old
He's going to
Nexus.
remove it and then make a copy.
Right.
Always has the answer.
Now, speaking of, running 1 when you could run 2, is Nexus, is this a card we just want to run 1 of, or do you think every deck that uses Nexus should go ahead and use 2?
Every deck should use 2, in my opinion.
I guess
It's
it
too
depends
strong.
on how players build their decks, because that's one thing I've noticed with the way the deck building works. Typically speaking, wonders are the biggest component, followed by probably lands, followed by either items or spells, depending on what it is you're going after. So if you're playing against a deck that only has 1 item, you're only really playing that Nexus to remove your own items and copy them. But if you're running 2 copies of it, then it would make sense, because then you could copy the same removed item twice.
Correct.
So it actually gets more valuable with extra copies.
I was playing a game yesterday and had 4 quills on the board from my Nexuses.
It's pretty wild.
And that was that actually helped me win the game because I needed.
Is that kind of the main line, is to use something like, use the quill, sack it to get the energy, play the Nocturne to remove it, play Nexus once or twice to copy it twice, and then sack the Nocturne in order to get the quill back to your hand?
That's one way, but that's not what I did. I had a Clear Sky Eerie, which just got played, which is funny.
Speak of the
And
devil.
I had the quill on the board, played
And
my
then
Nexus,
Noctis,
banished it, made a copy, brought one back, and then later on played another Nexus on a different round in that same realm,
Sure.
and created 2 more copies. So
This game is surprisingly balanced right now.
It is.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's really going to come down to they know how to pilot their deck. They know now how the opponent's piloting their deck. So it's really going to come down to finding that perfect balance. Do you go heavy early like Sneaky did, or do you just kind of try to keep up, like you were saying, Capricorn? Just keep the same tempo as your opponent, and then try to have enough timing left over at the end of the game.
It really
I
is
think
important
all
to try
that
to keep action
really-
parity.
Yes, but it all depends on what's in your hand too, right? And how your draw is, because your game can change every time.
He's down to 2 cards again
Yeah.
in hand.
You can't really afford to drop to less than your opponent's amount of potential actions, unless doing so puts you in a position that's multiple actions ahead.
Right.
Yeah, especially when you're tied tightly like this.
I will say it's kind of interesting that neither one of their decks seems to run a whole lot of Sulfera cards, and Sulfera to me seems to be kind of the early game advantage cards, the ones that they come out early swinging, and then you just have to try to figure out a way to sort of maintain. So I think the way that they're playing, it kind of shows that they're more of a control strategy rather than a aggro.
Yeah, and that speaks to how well they're playing it. Like you were saying, Capricorn, this was much a baiting game last game. You know, I'm going to try to bait them out, but then Sneaky kind of understood Jordan was trying to bait him out, so he baited Jordan, and it becomes do you know that I know that you know situation.
Game of chicken.
I mean, yeah,
Absolutely
and
trying to back
these guys
each
are
other into
playing on a
corners.
different plane.
Interesting move there.
Oh, Bob Stocker is using Symbiosis on Nexus.
He can't though, because he should be nullified.
Oh, because of the Starburst, yeah.
Not only that, but because of Sirius as well.
Oh, yeah. That's
He-
global.
His
I
last
can't interact.
action-
I was trying to flag it.
his last
Can you chat?
action. His last
Chat
action.
in the bottom corner.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
His last action, he copied the land on the opposite side that says his.
Oh,
Oh,
he
okay.
copied
copied-
Cedar Shade Ruins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, with Ethereal Grove, that's what it was. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That is very
so he-
interesting.
Then took the Starburst, null it back, and nullified
He was serious.
the Sirius.
Yeah.
Trinity Barboni coming out. I think that's a little bit of telegraphing that there's some sort of an equipment card in Sneaky Joe's hand,
Mm-hmm.
which is to be expected. We've got Scorpion's Edge in play potentially. We've got the bow, which we still haven't seen.
So
I believe he has a
simple.
blunderbuss as well.
At this point, even just the Scorpion's Edge would be a huge card for that Trinity.
Well, anything's going to get an additional 3 onto the power because of Trinity's effect, so...
4,
Yeah,
isn't
and the
it?
Scorpion's Edge doesn't take an action. It's only going to cost them 1.
I think
that's a-
Trinity...
that's a-
I think Trinity's just +3 after it gets equipped.
Is it? Okay.
Well equipped, yeah.
Yep.
So again, that Trinity can just sit there as a threat. He doesn't have to do anything with it. Because I think, I'm sure Jordan knows the math that's going to trigger that.
So as of right now, nothing on Jordan's side is nullified.
Ooh, Dimensional Piercer coming out. That could pop
That's the
some
first time we've
things,
seen that one.
send them back to the deck. Question is, which targets do you go back? Because you don't want to send the ones with on arrival because they'll get their on arrival abilities, so you trigger one more time.
Well, having it on red stooling, he can fly it over and he can kind of take his time sniping some
Ooh,
of
he
the.
played the Dimensional
opponent's
Piercer.
guys. Ooh, but now we got a feline entity of dreams.
That is gonna. Well,
So
he
that's
does,
He
gonna-
does have
that's
the
gonna-
energy.
That's
to
gonna-
spare.
Handicap
have the
dimensional
energy.
piercer.
Yeah, it does handicap it because it has the target, doesn't it? To
Yep.
send it back to the deck. But it does still send it back to the deck, so.
It
That's
does. It's
huge.
just it becomes expensive to do that.
Oh, does it? Does it cause you to shuffle? Is that part of Dimensional Piercer?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, shuffle target.
Shuffle. There you
So
go.
so
Wow.
good.
So it isn't even just put it on top. It's get rid of it and lose it.
Yep. So he's got to try
That
to
is-
see if he can cast it out again.
It's quite a powerful play.
I'm still a proponent that the Piercer is the best piece of removal in the game.
I think so too. It's up there because I think the other cards that can shuffle things back into your deck only trigger once. Because isn't it Captain Rostar? I'm pretty sure he can do that too, but he's either on play or on arrival.
The one downside the Piercer has is that it's telegraphed. They get an action in between when you play it and when you get to use it. So they could potentially stop it.
And that
it's
assumes that
not
you're
cheap.
playing it to a realm that already has a wonder. If there's no wonder in the realm, then it's two steps ahead.
It's expensive cost. It's one of the more expensive items.
Yeah.
6 cost.
You know, looking back
That was-
on it, instead of collecting all the Umbra themed cards, I kind of wish I could have just collected the guns. It would've been easier to try to build. I do like to collect comics with guns on the cover because they don't do a lot of comics with guns on the cover anymore.
Welcome to Texas.
I still have more guns than comics with guns on the cover. But yeah, that'd be a cool little collection to have. That's one of the things I look forward to when the game grows is seeing everyone's mini collections. Like, you know, someone's going to collect just mice. Someone's going to collect just vampires. Just seeing all those micro collections as the player base grows. I'm excited to see what people collect.
Yeah, me too. Someone's gonna
My
collect
favorite
just
is
Plant
the-
Terror.
Yeah, some people could just try to get all the plant terrors in the population. You know?
I wonder who that could be.
Ooh, we got
What is
another
the
land popping down.
Debris diamonds that control the monopoly? You're going to control all of the plant terrors.
Resonance
shield
Reach
counter.
is back.
So that can help them protect against Dimensional Piercer.
Yep. We attack.
Unfortunately, he
he's
doesn't
gonna
have the energy to use it right now, but he's still taking
True,
stones.
true. Yeah, that feline is as annoying as a real cat.
Oh,
Okay, a bunch of cat people here. That's fine.
Jordan. Jordan
I'm
must
a
have
dog
decided
guy.
not to. Well, I'm guessing Jordan must have been out of stuff to pay the cost for feline, so that's why there's no negative counters on Sirius
Can
and
you-
Realm 2.
Can you show me the Dimensional Piercer? Is it a May?
It does not say May.
not say May.
But it does say
It's a good
target
observation.
enemy wonder in this realm. So if there's no there's no valid target, then it wouldn't cause an effect to go off.
And I'm guessing what happened there was the cat just nullified the effect because you can't afford it. That is why it did not get shuffled.
Yeah, must pay
True.
because it's a whenever. Yep.
Ethos Relic comes out in round 1,
Oh boy,
There it is.
here we go.
and that's whenever
This
a
should get
card.
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, any
That
card.
can hurt him just as much as it helps.
How many cards does Sneaky have left in his deck?
Actually,
Doesn't he
yeah,
come
Cedar
out-
Shade.
Doesn't he come out in old? He goes,
So Cedar Shade's protecting it.
oh, gotcha.
Going into round 6.
There's layers upon layers of plays
Yes.
and anti-plays.
Both
How
both of
many
the players
was it?
are being incentivized to play in Realm 1 because both of them have Cedar Shade's effect going off currently, so it'll cause Sneaky to have less value from Ethos if Jordan plays to realm 1, but Jordan wants to play to the other realms in order to get some sort of a presence out there to contest the stones.
And you have to realize that he knows Crimson Marauder is still in Jordan's potential.
Mm-hmm.
Now Jordan only has 2 cards in hand. He's still hurting. Do you think Jordan should just draw this turn?
I think you should continue
that.
to fly down the line.
Yep, not with Eternitum hitting the board there. There he is. I was wondering if he was going to come out.
The one big downside, it seems like, to Jordan's deck is he does run out of gas quick and doesn't have the draw potential that Sneaky has.
He was doing really good that first game. What's been the difference?
He's just forced to play everything out to keep up.
I'm guessing what's happening is Jordan's having to respond to Sneaky either controlling or contesting the stones in different realms and using his actions to attack versus draw or play cards.
I think what Jordan needs to do is just continue attacking down the line in 4, 5, and 6 and use his energy that way this round. And that way he can set up for round 7.
Yeah, I think whatever Jordan does in this 6, he just needs to do it all the time. So yeah, I agree. You can just attack, move that Stooling Hunter over, and just keep hammering those.
And
although he's gonna have to target with the Dimensional Piercer.
He is, but that's why
unless...
that's why you do it now, while you have all the energy.
Okay, unless they spend 2 energy. Yeah, he doesn't even have to. It's optional, right? He could just attack and just let it be nullified.
Yes. Yeah, if the effect is nullified now, then it'll not cost.
All right. Well, now we get the Tearing Faya out.
But with only 3 actions per round, it's not going to be that bad actually paying for the effect. And then once you get to realms 5, you can.
This is big.
Okay. So we are. What's he going to banish? Is he going to banish something?
No,
he's symbiosing the Nexus.
He's symbiosis Nexus.
Yep.
So let's see what he takes, or where he puts it.
Starburst.
He gets to do it twice because he played it
right
with
because
the
Clear Sky. Yeah. Probably going to go down to.
Now is that arriving from anywhere from the hand?
No. Anywhere other than the hand, yes, it is. So we'll see if Sneaky catches that. Those should get banished.
Well, it says in the target realm, create a copy, but yeah, it's not being played from the hand. So Sneaky should say, hey, that item you're creating, it's not coming from your hand, so it needs to be banished.
Yep, but I'm guessing Sneaky's gonna wait until he does it. Until he does both?
Both, yeah. Mm-hmm. So he can banish both and give Eternitum +4.
Yeah.
But it would be one after the other, so if he chooses not to banish it, one of them has to hit, right?
No. These effects actually happen simultaneously. Like they're not, it doesn't get to land and then it starts a new one. It's if you read Clear Sky, once per round.
One it arrives, trigger it again.
Yeah.
But if he waits for 2 and he only does 1.
Looks like he just banished it. Yep.
Yep, there's the +2 counter.
Yep. Does a token always count as a card?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild. Some people are going to use like coins or dice to represent them. Won't actually be a card.
Yeah, but it still counts as a card.
Yeah, it's still a wonder.
So, do we consider that a blunder on Jordan's part?
Yes. Yeah, I think that was a misplay.
Based on the given information, but there's a lot of moving pieces here, and you can't fault anyone for losing track of what's out. Especially if you're trying to remove some of the threats out on the board. There's definitely a lot of threats to be contending with.
And this game has a lot more cards on the board than typical, especially on Jordan's side. The last 2 games, he had a pretty spread out board, and now it's got a lot of crunch here, but a lot of cards on the board. He's down to 1 card in hand.
I agree that I think Jordan should have just been swinging every turn and potentially putting some stuff back in the deck with the Dimensional Piercer.
He needs to at least get through the cat.
Yeah, now the cat's got a shield,
Yeah.
harvesting the Resonance Reach.
Yep.
So he's going to take 4 energy if he wants to try to get rid of that cat in any way.
And 2 actions.
Yeah.
I think the actions are the bigger part because honestly, if you run out of actions, that's it. You can have energy and as long as you have actions, you can either play cards or you can attack.
But if he's
That's
also
the
taking
bigger currency.
stones, if he's also taking stones, it might be worth the action deficit.
Yeah,
It is, I think.
it's another thing I've noticed about these decks. With it seems like they're both pretty heavily reliant on lands, but they also probably have a lot of lands in the decks. So being able to bank up those actions and then also utilize things like Market and Indra's where you can get 2 actions out of them is very, very important in games like this.
Yeah, Jordan has 15 lands. Sneaky's running 14. And I think we're seeing good land economy, if that's a phrase I can use. But also, they're not sitting on those lands. They're tapping those lands pretty quick.
See, I think that's 1 play too late because now he played that land there. He can get a shield counter if he plays an item in that realm. And I'm guessing that's what Sneaky's gonna do. We'll see.
Makes sense for sure.
He would still get the stone, though.
Yes.
And the ability to, well, depending on if the item comes out, the counter will come out.
Actually, because he's got it on a stooling, he can put that.
Oh yeah.
Well, what happens first?
You could target with both, and then
dimensional on attack or on battle. I believe it's on attack.
on attack,
Yeah, when it
which would
Yeah, so
activate
will
prior
not.
to the on battle. So Dimensional
Correct.
Piercer will waste the shield counter, and then Red Stealing can drop Nexus to 0.
yeah. Well, maybe Sneaky doesn't have an item. Let's see.
Ooh, Sneaky's down to 4. That's the smallest hand I've seen him have.
He's got no bow. Can't build that hand back up. And Jordan's down to 2, right?
1.
1.
Uno.
Uno.
Actually, this would be a game where you'd want to forget to say Uno. Draw back up. Another Trinity
Another
coming out.
Trinity.
That's interesting.
Don't play it there, Sneaky.
In realm 2.
Yeah, yeah. Not with the Starburst, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless he has another Nexus in
What
hand.
is he thinking?
Unless it's not for the effect. If
Just
it's
for the
just
power?
to
For the power.
power, yeah. Because it's a 3.
He drew.
I would put it over on the other side of the top of Sirius, so just so you can see both cards' power still.
So you can get rid of Nexus here, which I think is the move, and get a stone.
And then fly over to the feline.
Now, when he flies to the feline, he'll have 2 power. Feline will have 6. Even if he puts the -2, he's still not going to get the stone in zone 5.
Yeah.
Correct.
It would mostly just be to fly it over to the other 2 realms, which, depending on what Jordan has in his hand and can draw for round 7, it'll really determine what the Red Stealing's going to end up doing.
Why did the Gleamer Bandit move?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
Maybe he let him copy something else when he made the misplay.
No, he still has the +2 on the.
I'm guessing it's still copying either the Bob Stalker or the Nexus from Bob Stalker, but
All right, last round. We got 3.
It's got to be copying the owl, right?
the red stooling probably, yeah.
Has to be. So that's what happened. He made a misplay. Sneaky let him choose a different target.
Oh, no, you know
Yeah,
what
but
it was?
you-
You know what it was? It was his first arrival, he did take the mallet. Second arrival, he copied red stooling because he realized that he was going to
Okay, he was able to pivot.
Oh,
Ah,
At least it wasn't a
yeah, because
complete
I mean,
waste.
I was gonna say he did play it because Eternatum still has the 2 counters on it.
Yeah.
right.
That makes sense.
So if you on a regular day, Clear Sky Eerie, you get to symbiosis twice, meaning you could take symbiosis off of 2 different cards.
That seems
no.
to be the case.
Yes,
Oh, no.
yes, but one at a time. So you don't get
Yeah.
both. You don't get both. You would get one, and then when you copy the next one, it erases the first one you did, and you get
Oh.
the second one.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which in
Now,
that
if you-
case,
Now, if you
Ordering
symbiosis something with
matters.
an on arrival ability, you don't get to trigger that new on arrival ability.
Correct.
Because that's not
Correct.
the first one that you. Yeah. Okay. This has been the more you know.
So the first trigger can copy on arrival abilities. The second one cannot.
No. So this gets confused where you can't copy symbiosis. So you can copy an on arrival ability, but you don't get the symbiosis as well. So if you copy, let's
Ruling
say
Terror. Use the
Ruling Terror, you get the -3, but you don't get to symbiosis again from
Right.
Ruling Terror.
Just Clear Sky.
Clear Sky would give you another opportunity. So you could symbiosis Ruling Terror the first time, get -3, and you could symbiosis Nexus or
With
something
Trinity.
else. Yeah,
Trinity's a
whatever.
3 power.
Yeah, and then once you do that, you're stuck with the second one. You don't get Ruling Terror and something else.
Yeah.
Does that make
Now-
sense?
So it's
Sneaky's
like
in
the
a little bit of a-
override.
Yes.
Yeah. Now Sneaky's in a little bit of a predicament because he's going first, but he's losing. So he's got to play
Yeah.
this next play really carefully.
He also doesn't have any lands to tap.
Yeah, the
Nope.
3 and
Both players are
one
totally
tapped.
tapped out.
So
Jordan's
it's-
definitely
this
in prime position.
In this position, if Jordan would just want to pass, even though it's tempting to play, you would want to pass.
I would say it's tempting to draw. Sitting there with 2 cards in the last round. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need as many actions as you can, and we've already went over. They've used up all their lands, so there's a tuned or things of that
Jordan
nature.
does have the advantage of going second.
Plus side is he has all the energy in the world to just send things back if he needs to. He could just skip right over the feline, send Eternatum back, and take Realm 6 and 7 if he wanted.
Right, yeah, because, well, hold on a sec. Flying is an after the battle effect, so you wouldn't be able to fly until after you've done on attack, on battle, and on defense,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
He could now. Jordan could be surprising us. He could have a market in hand, or an Indra's.
That's true.
Turn 1 action into 2.
Sure.
Or even one of the elves that has can be harvested. We've
Yeah,
seen
we
him
haven't
play
seen
quite
in
a
this
lot.
game.
Ethereal
We haven't seen a market. We haven't seen 2 of the Indras. And
The
we haven't
Sneaky-
seen either of the Kalids.
Does Sneaky run
Definitely
Ethereal
not.
Growth? Because Jordan's out of Ethereal Growth, but we haven't seen any from Sneaky.
Yes, Sneaky does as well. I almost think attacking twice in 5. Well, depending on what Sneaky does here, I guess, but attacking in 5 and getting the stone and Making sure there's no wonders on Sneaky's side might be the move. Because you could pass over him, but you're kind of spreading yourself out really thin if you do that.
I really think as Jordan, you just pass.
Yes, that is the move for sure.
Yeah. If I was Jordan, I would just keep passing until I can't.
I think another thing to consider here, if Jordan does attack in Realm 5, what could happen is using up 6 energy effectively because of the effect of Feline.
Yes. Yep.
That may be his best use of energy if he doesn't have good enough cards in his hand.
Ooh. Arcane Grasp coming in clutch.
Okay.
That was huge. That might be the game-winning play right there.
Unless Jordan's holding another Arcane Grasp, we can get it back.
He does already own the stone there, though, and it's not mobile. So it really didn't do too much for Sneaky.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
actually, Jordan, I think anything but a pass is a blunder at this point.
Yes.
At the same time, if he doesn't move those flyers out of there, he's not going to be able to keep the potential to use them. So if he doesn't have a way to put presence onto the board from his hand, he's relying on those flyers. He might have to move them.
I would attack and split them.
Yeah. Yeah, you need a defender in Realm 4 because you've got the stone there. Right now it's prime for the taking, and the only way to get him back into that realm is by attacking again.
But if they're together, they can attack and put -4 on the Lich and win the stone there.
Right.
It's going to cost 4 energy, but you have nothing else to use that energy for. It's energy well spent.
Yeah. And we don't know what's in Jordan's hand, so it's possible there are a couple of dead options. Maybe they're... Well, lands aren't dead. So it'd have to be either a something that's not really helpful in this situation. I would imagine any wonder would be helpful to at least contest Realm 7.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Sneaky has an intercitadel in his hand, and he's going to wait until Jordan's closer to out of actions to jam it.
That's why he should pass.
He knows that Jordan's waiting for him to get low on actions.
Well, at this point, I don't think Sneaky can pass, because if he passes, Jordan can just pass and the game's over.
I mean Jordan.
Oh, for Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, Sneaky can't pass at all.
I don't see Jordan doing anything but pass. Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of splitting the flyers. I do really like that idea. And while you're at it, go ahead and put the -2 counters. I mean, if you think you can afford the energy.
The only nice thing about keeping those flyers together, if you fly right, is one attack and you could take that stone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be giving -4.
Yep.
The downside is you'd want to keep them both there, otherwise you could just take it right back.
Ooh.
Oh.
Lightforge. Okay, a little bit of a... So that's a little stumbling block.
Pass.
Yeah, well... I think it's mostly just banking up actions.
Yeah.
Trying to get Jordan.
Yeah, that's
to
why
bite.
I said it. A little stumbling block. If I was Sneaky, I would be scared that Jordan's holding a Marketplace or an Indra's in hand, and he's just going to let me run out of my actions, and then he can take even more.
Uncle Pod. So we have something to try to contest Realm 4. So Sneaky's trying to push those 2 flyers back to the middle of the board instead of towards the edge.
It's okay, let him take it. We pass here still.
Well, he also set himself up with a Lightforge first, so that if he does try to move those flyers, he's going to have to give him some value.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that's a
He doesn't
very
have the third one
expensive
yet.
attack on Realm 5. It's a very expensive attack.
Still just has one action.
And it's 3 or fewer, so even if Sneaky takes the stone in Realm 4, it's still going to cost Jordan 2 just to get basically an attack in.
Interesting. This tells me that Jordan's just running out of cards. The only thing worth nullifying is the Cedar Shade.
All right.
What if he does come out with a...
Actually, what about the Light Forge? You can nullify the Light Forge so that the
Oh yeah, it gets a little bit cheaper to attack.
yeah.
With 5 energy, it's gonna take each one. But
Oh, he did nullify the Cedar Shade.
Sneaky's out of
Nice.
actions. Jordan's got the first 3 stones now. Is that game?
I think that game might be over. I think Jordan might have this.
Did Jordan just win?
Were we just sitting here all highfalutining and theory crafting and maxing, and Jordan's just like, no, I'm just gonna attack Realm 3 and that's it. we're over here flipping our
Going
sword,
over
and doing flips, and Jordan just took out his pistol and shot.
We're looking at the most expensive way for Jordan
Wow.
to take this back, and came up with a much simpler and cleaner answer.
Yep, that's it. That's game.
Yeah,
That's-
wow, GG.
A master
Come
class
back.
in how to do
Yeah.
so much with so little, in my opinion. Wow.
Phoenix Quill, Starburst Mallet, Sears Gaze, Sirius, Light
Jordan
Forge.
got every bit of value
Russian
out of every
Racer.
card.
What room are we in? Injus?
Now imagine if Sneaky had a bow at some point.
I mean, talking about
So
doing so much with
crazy.
so little, so much of the game, Jordan only had less than 4 cards in hand.
It's true. Well, Jordan
I'm just-
got the win. Oh my God! Congratulations. Congratulations,
I
Jordan.
can't believe we just sat here for 10 minutes talking about what Jordan could or could not do, and we just didn't see that play on.
Well,
that
we
attack
still have
on
no
Realm
idea what
3.
was in his hand,
Well,
right?
Yeah, that was, I think, the point I was making was because we didn't know what the cards, the card that was drawn for round 7 and the card that was still in hand, we didn't know. But like
Pestered
I said,
us. Did he have anything in the
It's
abyss?
interesting.
What's up,
But
guys?
I'm guessing it was intended for cards like Red Stooling if they get destroyed.
It wouldn't help with Red Stone. Congratulations to Jordan.
Congrats.
Wow.
that's right.
He
Guys,
played
that
a
was-
hard fought.
Let me tell you, when you
hard-fought
watch this,
game.
when you watch this back, you're gonna realize how good at this game you guys are. I am humbled,
That was so
not
sweaty.
from playing you guys, but from watching you guys.
Just change your name to
And just
Sweaty
give
Joe.
you a little description. We just spent like the last 10 minutes talking about all the potential moves you can make to win the game, Jordan, and then you just attacked Realm 3 and won, and none of us saw that. We were theory crafting and min-maxing what to do with your Red Stooling Hunter and your Glimmer Bandit, and what to do with your energy. You caught us. You even caught us. What was it? 5 of us.
So crazy.
So
Yeah, probably.
kudos. So good game on both of you guys. That's one for
Absolutely
the
nuts.
They were close. Yeah, it was an incredible game. Every match was right to the wire. So
Sneaky, you just blame it
Jordan,
on
I
not
won
getting
the
the
other
bow.
way.
You just blame it
What's
on
that?
not getting the bow.
I can't get it every game.
I mean, you almost did.
Pretty wild.
Did these decks play like you wanted it to? Did you get the draws that you wanted? What were some of the things that didn't come up that you had to really pivot?
Well, the first 2 games I didn't get serious, and I didn't get this, this. Yeah.
Was definitely masterful.
Yeah, the Crimson Marauder. How did that make you feel, Sneaky?
I actually, when he played that, I was like, I don't know if I can come back from that. Fortunately, I had a Heliosynth and a Boundless Land in 2 other realms. Otherwise, that would have ended the game right there because you could have cut off my core. Because I did load my lands to realm 1, So didn't see that one coming. So that was a curveball he threw at me, which was good.
That
I
turnkey
think
scarab
as,
in game one
Sneaky,
was
you have
insane.
as far,
more in your deck,
yeah,
right?
well, game one, if I had an ethos with that scarab, then it would have been over. So I was hoping to get an ethos. Ethos never showed up in that game one, and then I made a mistake at the end. I made a gamble because I thought he might have had.
My baby girl.
Yeah, I think my mistake was when I went after his. He used an arcane grasp on my sovereign throne, and then I grasped it back. I shouldn't have done that. That was the one action that I needed to win the first match. Yeah.
Which,
But I don't know. It could have been different. It could have been different though.
too. So
yeah.
The
yeah, but it was your.
To her.
Yeah, but it would have been your Terrafang, I think.
Yeah.
Because you had that in your hand, right? So.
Yeah.
But I needed the two actions to at least counter whatever you did or wherever you put your guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Can you
burned
tell
that
us what
second
happened?
action right there.
Because we didn't hear you guys talking. You played the Glimmer Bandit, symbiosing the Vobstalker, which symbiosing the Nexus Phasebringer. So you brought in a Starburst Mallet, and then that triggered Eternatum. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
Then after
Yep.
that, you symbiosis the Red Stooling Hunter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that a bait symbiosis? Like what tell us what you were thinking when you played that in the Clear Sky.
So when I did that, I kind of forgot about this, but I did it so that in this round, instead of playing the Scarab, I could have attacked and taken this off, and then put 4 negative on him, and then or put 0 negative on him, and then the next time I attack, I'd shuffle in him his deck, and then take the rest of the rounds.
Yeah. It was
thinking
crazy.
about that. It was like, ooh, 6 cost, and then I have to do it 2 more times. That's another 4 cost. I was like, you know what? Why would I put any negatives on him?
Right, because that's a May, right, with the Red Stooling?
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
It was a great
crazy
game to
games.
watch. Yeah, when
It
Sneaky
really
took
was.
the Dimensional Piercer at the end, everybody was like, "Well, now we."
Yeah, it took me. Yeah, but I didn't have anything else. I was going through every move I could make, and really I didn't have enough actions at the end to really do much with it. So, because he was up a stone at that point. But that really, with what I had in my hand, I concluded that was my best move at the end. And at that point, I was hoping he'd make a mistake, which he didn't. So, kudos to Jordan.
It was very close, very nail-biting. I loved every second.
And there you have it. Jordan is our first Wonders of the First Tabletop Simulator Discord champion. Congratulations. We are going to award you this customized Courageous Heart Medal. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more Wonders of the First videos, and I will see you all in the next video. Adios.